Woo! Time for the Badwolf Show. We'll be with you in one moment. What's going on, beautiful people out there in YouTube land? It is your man in black, the Badwolf. Let me just get this down a little bit here. All right. First of all, how is everybody doing? All praise to the Most High. As the Bible says, ye are gods. So I welcome all of you in all your walks of life. I know I have not been on in a while. I've just been trying to enjoy the summer a little bit, taking some time for me to just kind of learn some new things and, you know, just enjoy the summer. But without further ado, let's get going here. So first of all, let's take a look and see who's in the comments. And it's been a while. I'm kind of rusty. So I will apologize if the camera moves around a little bit. It has an auto focus, so I'll try not to move around too much, but it will do that. Hopefully it doesn't bother any of you guys. And let's see, we got a new member, 6D. So everybody welcome, new member. Somebody has found lights in darkness. And we welcome you to the Wolf family. All right. And let's see, we've got OG. What's going on, OG? Shalom. Yes, my brother. I appreciate you guys as well. See what we got in here. Great for the knowledge. Oh, excuse me. I just grubbed a little bit, so I apologize for that. All right, let's go. Indeed, good brother. Let's go. Let's get this knowledge. All right, we got Fred Mitchell in the house. We got Daryl Johnson. As always, guys, remember, if you guys want to link up in the comment section by saying, hey, I'm a national, are there any more nationals over here in Arkansas or Florida, California? Y'all can do that here. If you guys want to promote your Telegram groups, your Facebook pages, put that in the comments. I will let all that go through so you guys can try to link up. As always, be safe with meeting anybody. Do your own due diligence. I'm not responsible for any of that. And let's see, we're going to keep rolling through here. Mississippi, yep, great. I was also going to say, yeah, tell me where you guys hail from. You know, I like to see, you know, where people are coming from, where y'all at. So if y'all have your own nation, your own tribe, your own house, put that in there too. You know what I mean? Represent your stuff. That's what we're here to do, guys. Represent the private. So once again, this channel, this information is not for your everyday U.S. citizen. These are for people who are born private first and want to know more about that. And if you do happen to have a U.S. citizen side, well, we won't hold that against you. That was put on us just like everybody else. So we got out here. Badwolf is in the house. You too, brother. I see you out there. Can you explain the different colored ink, brother? I can't find the videos where you explain them. Well, though sometimes they do pull down my videos. Okay, so officially keep in mind that I've never been able to find an exact, well, one of their manuals, imagine that, that talks about the colors, but I will go into what I have come across word mouth to mouth behind closed doors with certain people. And then, of course, there's Judge Dale, which is a female federal judge who put out some information on the use of the different colors. That's probably about the only official. And it's true that people go, oh, well, you know, nobody can refine Judge Dale. Well, I found Judge Dale. Okay. She's a very real federal judge. And she did put out this information. Some people are like, oh, she's not, or that person's not real or whatever else. Well, she begs to differ. But so, oh, before we get there, let me hold this 1 second. To Chadwick, rest in peace. Wakanda forever. All right. So, all right. So getting back to it. So the red ink, which I always have a red pen on hand, the red represents positive accounts or equity, okay, on land. It represents the red, rooty soil in which a living man stands. This also represents the red blood, it's a new word apparently, the red blood of a living man and not a dead entity, which then brings us into the next predominant color, black. Now, black has always represented the beginning of space-time itself. It represents the universe that was black before the creator put light and color, if you will, into it. But black is also an amalgamation of all the colors into it, all right? But the way it's used, at least within these jurisdictions, the maritime admiralty jurisdiction, is that it represents the blood of the dead man. Because remember, this is maritime law and codes and edicts and rules and all the regulations, all that coming from the Cestui v. Trust Act of 1666, where people weren't returning home from the war and whatever else. They were lost at sea. So you had to sign in the blood of the dead man in black near what we now know as the slave X. So on all of your contracts, you're going to notice this tiny little X in there. Have you ever wondered why that is? Well, that means that essentially you are a slave. You are a product. It is, in the old days, the slave master would say, hey, put your X right here. Okay, so it represents you being a slave. And predominantly in that time, it was black slaves, okay? Not to say that was the only ones. So X marks the spot. So if that in fact represents you being a dead entity, because remember, you're signing as authorized agent on behalf of the public transmitting utility, which is the straw man in our terms, then it is a dead man who you're signing on behalf of with his or her blood. So what we've discovered is that when you see the little X there on the contract, you should circle it. You're letting them, the God symbol is always the circle, and it always negates. And that's also the thing about it, why they make you play tic-tac-toe, X's and O's, right? All right, so on your contract, sign it some, you should always circle that. Now, is that going to mean someone's going to run out the back and be like, oh, you know, wow, you figured it out? No, they're not going to do that. So it's more of understanding the symbolism behind there, and you can do it if you want or not. So the other colors would be blue represents maritime jurisdiction, which means you're on the water and doing business with them, but you are flying underneath your own banner. So you have your own ship with your own flag. Purple represents royalty, gold is divinity. And we haven't been able to find anything on green, so there may or may not be anything there. But I do believe that green might either mean currency or on the land, a type of equity. We're not really sure. So that the green would be only speculation at this point in time. I haven't been able to find or hear anything on that. So without further ado, let's move on. Obtain a copy of original edition of Yeah, the only thing I can tell you with that, Russell, would be to get the name of it, find the, what is the ISDN number, and have your local library pull it. Either they'll let you use theirs, or you can have them, once you put the order in with the librarian, they will find it. If it's anywhere in the system, they will find it and ship it from other libraries across the country to that location. So that's how you can get your hands on it, either borrowing, or at least seeing any of those books that are expensive that, we can't get our hands on. So let the system do it for you. That's why I told you guys, do not get rid of the straw man. Use him or her or it as you need to. All right. That's why I tell people, don't renounce, use that bad boy. But it's also good to distance yourself if you can. What's going on, Dark Green? Appreciate you out there. Zach says, love the intro. Yeah, I've been playing around, with trying to get some new, logos up and some new images and different intros. Because for me, it's all about the knowledge and not really worried about like all the fancy stuff in the background and whatever else. But I don't mind dabbling and improving my game a little bit. That's what all of us wolves do, is iron sharpens iron. So when a wolf comes around another wolf pack, not that he or she is not okay running wild and by themselves, but when they get with the pack, they exchange, yes, skills and techniques, and then the pack runs even better. What's going on, King? I see you out there, brother man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Rump, what else we got? Keith, send shout outs to each other. What do we got? There you go. Yeah, okay, so you might be able to find some good stuff on Amazon. A general Google search will usually find it. eBay might have it for cheap. Sometimes you just have to hit some of these little like bookstores, like these little corner used book go round. There's a lot of good stuff in there sometimes that they don't even know what they got, and that's okay. Keith. Okay, I think we covered that part. Get down here. What's going on, Divine? Peace as well. Peace to all the people out there, all the wolves, to all my people, all the souls out there, no matter what totems you guys operate under. Daryl, what's going on? How am I doing? Thank you, Russell, for asking. Mostly well. Still, I'll be honest. Like I said, I don't lie to you guys about nothing. So I lost a little bit of weight, but I put on a little bit more mass. Had like still internally dealing with a lot of years of bad eating, fatty foods, salt, and whatever else, bacon, because God, who doesn't love bacon? So I still have to fight that, but so I have my blood pressure up a little high. So I've been taking my supplements, exercising a little bit more to get that down. But otherwise, in general, day to day, I'm doing okay. There's always room for improvement. So I definitely appreciate you guys asking and checking in. So yes, all praise to the Most High and to each and every one of you guys. What's going on, Bronze? Yeah, it's been a minute. Death, welcome. Yes, everybody welcome. I see you guys are piling in. We're up to 88 people. I'm going to try to get to all of the... I need help, Badwolf. Yeah, hit me with an email, or else do a consultation if you want more direct one-on-one help. Also, if you guys don't know, I'm on multiple social medias now. I've got 5 more YouTube channels where I'm going to start talking about health and life and other things like that. This channel will stay here. It will remain the same. I'll focus just on this stuff on this channel, but so that I don't pollute this channel with other odds and ends and stuff that you guys might find crazy, ghosts and spirits and technology and whatever else I talk about, those will all be on other channels. So if you want to know about those, go on blacksite32.com, go to the social media page, which will also then show you guys what my username or account name is on there. So you guys do not get scammed, because there's been some people in the Telegram groups and whatever else pretending to be me. I will never ask you guys for money from any of those groups. Anything and all things will always, always, always go through blacksite32, period, non-negotiable. So if it's not through there, or am I specifically spelled, so pay attention to the spelling of the name, okay? because people will play with you. All right, they'll download my pictures and go in your DMs. Oh, do you want to invest in crypto? Send me account information, yours. Like my group, you are like, no, that ain't me. All right, I don't even talk like that, and I will never bother you guys. I barely have time to keep up with my own life, much less, So once again, I do apologize if you guys reach out to me and I don't get back to you. It's not personal. It's just I had almost no time to keep up with just this channel now that I'm on like 10 different platforms, Instagram, Rumble, TikTok, even whatever else, Telegram. I don't have enough time. So you can reach out, but be wary, make sure it's me, but don't be mad if I don't get back to you. I'm just way too busy. But if I do see it, when I get bored and downtime, I'll scroll through and I'll answer a question or two or whatever, but everything should go through Black Slide 32. Because I don't want you guys being ripped off by some, people. What's going on, Lisa? Cheers to all people seeking light. Yes, yes. 781, what's going on? Mississippi Nation. Any nationals around Philadelphia, hit the comment box and let them know, let Divine know if you're out that way. Utah National shout out. Yeah, send a shout out from your nation, your republic of your state, whatever you guys want. Like I said, this is what we're doing here. Kevin Picard, yes, Mr. Picard. Don't think I forgot about you. I'm still going to have you on the show so you can talk about your particular experiences. I got another guy named Casey. I'm going to get him on here. So speaking of which, next week, we're going to have Sean Adley, who does mortgage audits, on the show, talking about how to get in touch with him if you want to do a mortgage audit, see if there's fraud on your particular house. He also does audits for credit cards, loans, and whatever else. And now I'll give you guys a sneak peek. He has the ability to pull CUSIP numbers. Yeah. So he can actually, you give him the CUSIP number, he can pull the information on it and find out what it's worth and all that good information. I don't even know what all he can do yet, but he's going to be bringing that next week. So unless something changes, we will be here, same time, same bat channel, and he will be on the show. He's going to talk about it. So either that week or maybe the one after, but we're going to have our other people on there. So we got you guys covered. So anyone in Southern California? Daryl, shout out. Okay, you got that one in there. Yeah, we answered that one earlier, but yeah, offhand, look on Amazon, look on eBay, do a Google search, and see what pops up. All right, we got Texas, Ohio, and Texans here. LBC Cali, Arizona, ATL, Hotlanta, AZ. Okay, all right, yeah, y'all connected in here. Okay. Winning Strategies, yeah, okay, good to see you. Terry Camp, King, what's going on? It's been a hot minute. Ray, okay, what's up? What's up, Rebecca? I just kind of want to know all the nuggets that come from the 4- and 5-star passports. Okay, so we now know that when filling out the passports, I'm gonna click on your links and then talk at the same time. Otherwise, the whole show will be just me doing shout outs. We now know that the 4- and 5-star so really it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now this is unofficial, but this is from the information and tips we've been given. Typically, the 1 and 2 star mean that you are a straight up U.S. citizen, lock, stocked, ready to go. And alien is synonymous with non-citizen and is stateless and a foreign national. Yeah, so those are all basically in the same thing. Though stateless really means that you don't have any state, but you should always claim your what they call the last name of the surname as your own, your state. So you're really not stateless. Non-citizen, non-citizen, national, foreign national, and non-resident are, though, all the same. Those are all synonymous, definitely, and alien. So when you get to the 3rd star, it typically indicates that you are you're generally, now don't take what I'm going to say wrong, but you're still arrestable, but unless they have a warrant, they're not supposed to arrest you when you present yourself with that ID. But as many people have found out, if your old stuff, you haven't taken care of old cases, you're a straw man, still has some stuff on their books where they're like, oh, you owe a debt, they're still going to go after that straw man. And if you show them the passport, it has their name on there, some of them are going to try to ignore the passport, no matter what it says, which is not right by law, because they are supposed to go by the identification piece that you present at the time of a encounter, okay, with the particular officer. But some of them, as we all know, do not abide by the law, okay? So that's why some people have been like, well, I still got arrested. I had a 3, I had a 4 out of 5, because they're ignoring the law, and your passport, they're using the name on there to then tie you in on the side to your other information when they're not supposed to do that, but they in fact still do that. So the 4 and 5 essentially are you're on the, once you do the passport the way we show, you're on the list, okay? So it's not that you're not on the do not detain list, but when you have the 4 or 5, it's supposed to mean that you have proven to them that you are a private person. You're not still in the 3 level where you're kind of mixed in, okay? And that you are even more, it's even more hard for them to arrest you. That's what that means. Now, it doesn't mean you can't be, as we said. What's going on, Charles? Appreciate you. Thank you as well. It doesn't mean that they can't arrest you, because if you have not completely, me too, I'll be honest, once again, so I keep it real around here, that we have not completely separated the straw man. Now, I've been doing that with my particular ID here made from my nation with my own private name that does not say James C. Lovett on there, because I'm operating as a non-resident, okay? But if you're traveling and you use your legal name, which is on your passport, so that's kind of the problem. So that's why one of the things we've been working on is getting the private name, a faith-based name, or a new name, whatever you want to call it for ourselves, onto the passport card and or book. Now, what I've been trying to do is use their information to do it without having to do it the one way that we might have to fall back and do, because the Department of State says, well, yeah, I see you used your DS60 and blah, 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 but we need more proof of your name change. So basically what they're saying is they want to see something with a time, a date, and your private name on there that you've used in the public for at least 5 years before doing the name change, okay? So I've been trying to work with them on that to do it kind of their way. So that is still in the works. But if you guys want to shortcut the process, well, go to the court, which is what the Department of State told me, and get the name change done on the state level. Get that court to issue that document. Now, this does not mean that the whole state now has your new name and they instantly change over everything and your private name is now suddenly, you know, tainted. Kind of is, but kind of isn't. Because if you don't change your accounts with that name change document, those documents will remain in your legal name. So now that you've got this name change document, you can then go to the Department of State and separate the straw man by getting that name on your passport card or book. Bam, you've separated them, okay? And yes, you can still operate your legal name. It's no different than when a woman who's getting married changes her name. Some of them still use their maiden name. Some of them use their married name. Some of them use a different combination of a name. So that's the whole thing. Guys, join the university and also doing research everywhere else. This information is around. You just have to dig for it. Saving treasure. Stop being lazy. Yeah. So yeah, the information's out there. You know, I'm just sharing my particular stuff that you know, I find. So, all right. So moving right along. Yeah. Yes, yes, you can control your vessel. That's the main thing right there. Marie, how's it going, lady? And we have SD or 6D with the $10 super sticker. Thank you for the support and appreciation. All right, I'm going to kind of run through here because I can see that you guys are stacking up comments. Indigo Sky, how's it going? I recognize some of these names out here. First live of caught. So Angel, appreciate you. When creating a faith-based organization as a national, do we have to meet the requirements stated by the IRS? Well, that depends. If you're going to do a faith-based organization completely private, no, but then also you're not going to get their EIN, you know. So when you do it, if they say you need to meet the requirements for that to get the EIN number, then yeah, you must comply with that. If you're going to keep it completely private, then yeah, move it private. The hard part is if you move completely private, then you're going to want to put your money in the bank. So the bank is going to want to see an EIN, you know. But if you will, we could call this educational information only, as all my information and education is. If you create your private entity and you don't have a number for it, you can, and you should be able to take that or a trust to your bank with your existing name and accounts and all set up, and convert the bank accounts to a FBO or a trust account with that name. All right. So there are ways to work with that, but yeah, you should follow their information. What's going on, Tammy? Yeah, I would say try going to the library when they're open tomorrow, whatever else, or online, and see if they can order it for you so you can at least get your hands on it. There's a reason why. This is my wolf brother, guys, right here. JD, appreciate you for tuning in, brother. Means everything to me, the world. This is my man right here. This is one of the guys who, even when I fall off lose my focus, this brother right here tells me to fix my crown, nose down, ears up, and hit the line. So thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. I love you. Love watching what you're doing. Wow. You got it, brother. You mean the world to me too, man. So what else we got here? Who's the author of that book, Laws and Principles? Okay, yeah, share that in the comments, guys, because I don't know that one personally, the book you guys are looking for. Put all that information in there, and I'll see about trying to get it, or see if I can find it somewhere for cheaper than $1,000. I'm probably born in Brazil. Does that hinder me from becoming a national? No, if you were born here, you are a national. Matter of fact, your parents are foreign nationals of the country that they were originally born in. But if you were born here or you lived here in any one particular private or republic of any state, you've naturalized in it as a state citizen. So nope, that's not going to hinder you at all. Matter of fact, that's good for the passport application because your parents are not U.S. citizens. First live at caught. Okay, I got that one. Nice vampire necklace. No, this is the Wakanda necklace, you know, from Black Panther movie. But hey, maybe I'm a vampire. I'll take it. I don't suck any blood though. I don't. Yaki Awaken. Look up Yaki Awaken. Okay, that's a new one for me. Hey, I was on this train a long time, but yes, indeed, Rebecca. I appreciate you for spreading the knowledge and doing what you do as well. Tammy Jones, thank you, Tammy, for the $20 donation. Appreciate you. Means a lot to me, you guys. You guys have literally done more, and I hate to say it like this, but I got to keep it real. You guys watching and sending in donations of any amount, even hitting a thumbs up, is more than my actual biological family. Other than like my cousin April and my cousin, and we're going to call him cousin JD, or brother. You know, there's a couple other ones that do support Knowledge Well and whatever else. But other than that, there's not a whole lot, you know. So you guys, when I say you guys are my family, think about it like wolves. All the ones in the pack aren't the same family. They've got the core family in there, but it's other wolves from other, you know, wolf packs that broke off and did their own thing. And they run with you for a time, you know, and then they go and do their own thing. But we always come back. You always come back to each other. And Okay, you guys are talking about some other stuff out there. Yeah, share your knowledge, share your experiences, share where you guys have found fire things. How am I not afraid of? I got this earlier with one of my consultations. They've known, they know who I am. They've watched this stuff all the time. The biggest thing here, and I've had people email me on this too, is I'm not preaching any of this information as fact. I'm saying it's education, and it's also entertainment, and it's information. So if you guys do your own research and then you make it fact, then it becomes your reality. This is my reality. I'm sharing with you guys what I've come across, but I'm not preaching this as fact. You need to do your own due diligence, vet your own information, and move how you want to move. Now, can you say that a private trust is a real thing? Yeah, it definitely is. We've heard about this since we were kids. Ooh, wealthy people have private trust. He's a trust fund baby. So these are real things. But at the same time, how you use them is up to you. Sharing knowledge under the venue that it's education, it's the same as if a teacher is sharing information about atomic energy and whatever else. How come they don't lock him up or woo-woo? It's because he's presenting it as education, and then but how you use, much like his students, the education then can become a problem. Okay. Plus, they know I'm a little crazy anyway, so they're probably amazed that people follow me and listen anyway. So, but let's flip the coin. Say that they do, and we all do know that they watch these things. I've been emailed by some of them before. It's also understanding that there are key things that I don't know. And some things that I do know that maybe they don't want to share. I don't share certain things because you guys have to find some information on your own, because this is, in fact, a public platform, owned and controlled by them and the various people and agencies. So with great knowledge, to sound like Spider-Man, comes great responsibility. And I would never tell you guys that, you have to do this or blah, blah, blah. You guys have to find your own way. I'm just making you guys ask questions. That's all, because I'm still asking questions. Pretty said we should put that we are returning from the sea as a living soul. I just bought sample of Aphrodite. I don't see it in there. That is something that the average, you can use that. We know what it is, but remember, the average person who's going to get your affidavits or whatever, they don't know what you're talking about at all. The people who do know what we're talking about, they're on the upper echelon, and they're never going to see, you're never going to meet them, and they're never going to see any of your material. So it's something that you can use, and look up the Cesta KV Act of 1666 and read through there, and you'll understand why I said that's a key thing. It is good to have in there, but it's not mandatory. As a matter of fact, if you guys seen my new controversial video that some of the gurus have been giving me a hard time about, they're like, Wolf, you've been telling people to use the Chat GPT to create their own affidavits. Oh no, because I'm not trying to rip people off. You can use that to make almost all of your affidavits, but you might need to customize them, okay? And I said, stop sending affidavits. So what I really meant when I said that is that when you know how to move properly, which we do now, you don't have to send out a cajillion affidavits because, one, they don't want them. We had confirmation from the one lady in the court system who said most of the time they throw them away because the people who they go to go, oh, no, we don't want those. Throw that away. We don't want to file that. Just throw it away. So if you're not going to, like my cousin Latia, and she's a mobile notary, she's on blacksite32.com, and you contact her, she can file them directly into the courts, okay? You can do it yourself as well if you want, okay? If you need her as a mobile notary, you can get a hold of her. She can notarize your stuff right through the internet. If you're not sending it in electronically, they might throw it away, and then you have no confirmation number, right? So we need to move the way they move. So the way we move is we just create our private side, create a private persona, and utilize that private name to create a trust with it, to put your stuff into it, to operate a business with it, excuse me. They don't want our affidavits. Now, I still believe that you should at least do your court, and it wouldn't hurt to send one to the chief of police. Other than that, the rest of them really don't care. They really don't want it. But those places do make a difference. But, you know, same thing with the revocation of election. We now know that they really don't want them. What they want you to do is, if you don't want to pay taxes, create a tax exempt entity. And if you want to use your same name or a similar name, or call it a whatever trust, or a regular domestic entity, create it. Go to your HR, update them with the information. You have the right to have them pay your trust, tax exempt, when you do everything correct. Fill out the W-8BN, put your name on there. There you go. That's it. Hello to everybody in the room. Thank you for sharing the knowledge, dropping knowledge to people, parents. Thank you for all you've done. Praise to the Most High. Appreciate you as well. Yep. Here we go. We got some nations. Got the Howl going. Auto loans, if you're talking about Sean Adley, yes, he does analyze auto loans. I do not know what he charges for that. There you go. Okay. Well, hey, maybe you know something I don't know, Tammy. So send me an email. Let me know what you know. Maybe we can talk about some of that in the private and, you know, put something together. Like I said, I love new information. If you guys have tips, tricks, techniques, information on the, you know, on the inside, but we don't want anything illegal, nothing national security, okay? So don't send any of that to me, because I don't want you to get in trouble, nor me. But if you have other stuff that you've used and you know how to move, let me know. Shoot me an email. Just say, hey, you know, and thank you to the people out there who email me just to say thank you, or have a good day, or I appreciate you. After I go through about 100 emails and I get some of those, man, it's like, oh, finally, you know. Because like I said, I've been slowing down on doing a lot of the free emails. It's just a lot. 100 emails a day is a lot. And it's nice for me to help, and I don't mind. But it's also time I could be reading and learning new things, or helping more people. So, but like I said, I don't mind, but I'm only going to do a certain number every day. And if I don't get to it, you know, I apologize. I just don't have the time. All right. Yep. Like I said, hit them likes. I don't know where we're at, because I'm not looking on my YouTube mirror window right now. I could go on it, but hit them likes on the way in. Over the target, Secretary of State responded to my passport application with a new app with a sticker over the top right corner. Okay, so once again, this is my man Picard right here. I'm going to call him Captain Picard from Star Trek Enterprise. We're going to be talking about your information soon, because you've done some interesting things. I want people to know about it. And Kevin's cool about sharing his information, so yes. My trusty shout out from the Republic of Iowa. Okay, Mr. James, love you, man. Keep up the great work. Charles Esquire, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, for the high blood pressure and stuff. Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, it's actually come down a lot. Today was my cheat day. I had some bacon, a couple of pieces of bacon. And I was like, ooh, got a little bit of a headache. But from what I understand, it's actually the nitrates and nitrites in the bacon that are, and I don't want to say the C word, and the last part rhymes with answer, but those those things are known to, you know, contribute to heart and whatever else. So, and diabetes. So yeah, I just have to watch what I have. When I have the uncured bacon, I don't have that problem. So I kind of messed up when I went shopping. I just grabbed sweet necklace. What's going on, Base? I haven't seen you in a while, brother man. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Please, everybody, push, hit, slap that like button from Dylan. Appreciate you, Dylan. Corrupted. Hey, there's a name. I feel like I haven't done this. I guess I haven't done this in a while. I don't even know when the last live I did was. I think that was, I don't know. It's been at least 2 months, maybe. Aged corpse, building business credit. Yes, you can buy an aged business with its existing credit. And believe it or not, I don't know if he still watches, because I helped make this guy rich. He's like, Wolf, how can I become rich? What can I do? And I was like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, well, I love business. I said, how's your credit? He said, oh, it's pretty good. Now, if his credit wasn't good, I do counseling on how to get better credit and repair and all the other stuff, because I know the ratios your credit card should be and all the other stuff. And so long story short, I told them, I was like, and I'm not saying you guys need to go and do this per se, this is education, but I said, if you go and get 4 or 5 or 6 EINs, you attach your credit to them and build them up to a 70 or 80 Paydex score for business, then turn around and sell them, sell those businesses to somebody. Well, he did, and he got very wealthy, you know. So like I said, there's lots of my information you guys don't understand. You guys can use these tools to do everything you guys want to do. You just don't realize. It's kind of like this. Excuse me. Oh, that food was good, but man, a little spicy. So it's like if somebody makes a BOMB, right? They get in trouble. They did something they shouldn't have, you know, blah, blah, blah. How come Home Depot doesn't get into trouble for selling them the materials? Because Home Depot is not telling them to go out and make a BOMB. They're just, if you want the materials, here they are. So with me and my channel, I don't necessarily tell you guys all the places you guys can use these things. That's private, which is why we do consultations for certain things when requested. In general, I'm just providing you guys with tools and how you use them, preferably and hopefully all legitimately, legally, and you're operating as a non-belligerent, non-combatant out there. Then you will reap the benefits, privileges, or freedoms and liberties of said movements. Of the nation Picardy. Picard Y. Love you, brother. Indeed, indeed. Hand purple, blue, peace. Yes. Can we sue them for violating the federal command of do not detain? I would. I'm educational information. Remember, if they're violating you on the side of the road, remember, they are not supposed to stop you at all unless you're actually committing a crime or you're operating as a U.S. 14th Amendment citizen with a driver's license and everything registered to them. Otherwise, everything else you're doing is your right to travel. And we've already proven that with the right to travel information from the Supreme Court. We talked about it through the Constitution and all that stuff. So yeah, people have sued them and won. You're just not going to hear about it because they're going to ask you to settle out of court, typically before your court date, because they don't want it to become made public record. So yeah, I would do the same thing too, you know? So yes, that's why, and I haven't gotten to it yet, so I do apologize. But if you want to do it yourself, you learn the federal rules of civil procedure, and then you can sue any of them in the federal court. Okay? And for those law people out there who also, you know, sometimes we got trolls who watch and don't believe what we're talking about. Well, here, we're talking about constitutional law, okay? Which is different than the public law that the state operates with. And this, by these awesome gentlemen right here, supersedes the state when they have violated your rights as a private person doing right to travel or anything else private, not in their jurisdiction. Okay? So there's multiple laws: public law, private law, family law, corporate law, and goes on and on and on. You know what I mean? So yes, you can definitely sue them. Today, let's the guy says U.S. is not a corporation but a company. Shine some light on that. Well, the U.S. is in fact a corporation. I don't have it right here, so I do apologize. You caught me off with this one. But they do have a Dun and Bradstreet number. They are registered. We know that they are located in D.C. as location of the debtor under UCC 9-307. And we know that D.C. is not one of the states, not one of the 50 stars in the Union. They are a territory, and so they are considered under or a part of or family with the United States. So they do have a, yeah, they are a corporation. Like I said, let's see here. Hold on. Let me, because I know we've already talked about this, but is the U.S.A. Okay. So now, I mean, real quick, that's why I said, like, anybody, always vet the information for yourself, but let me find my screen here. Okay, present, share screen. Okay, including results for U.S. corporation. United States is a federal corporation, says the United States. So they say they are. Right here, Congress created a corporation either called United States or one called something else in business. So yeah, it's a corporation. Let's see here. Right here, boom, on Cornell Law EDU. United States means a federal corporation. I mean, it's right here in the law library, Cornell Law EDU. You know, okay, there's your proof. An agency, a department, instrumentality of the United States. Okay, so how about this? Let's go location of the debtor, Cornell Law EDU, because they're like one of the places that I trust. Okay, 9-307, location of the debtor. Now, I happen to know it's down here, so we're just going to slide on down to H. But I digress. Let me go back up. I don't want people, oh, he went too fast. Cornell Law, EDU, section 9-307, location of the debtor, place of business is where the debtor conducts its affairs. Okay, so we're sliding down to H. Location of the United States. The United States is located in the District of Columbia. That is where the United States Corporation is located. All right, there we go. All right, let's bounce back over here. So yeah, so you got to understand that a lot of people don't know this information. They're not looking for it. Contracts are dynamic and they move. Yeah, you got living contracts. What is the name of the form? Maybe you guys are talking. I'm not sure. That might not have been for me. Yeah, I did the same thing too, Sage, and they denied me. They said, we need more information. So be prepared that they are going to probably tell you the same thing. So I am working with all of their files and forms right now to bring all their codes forward to do it without having to do it the court way. But in fact, at the end of the day, that might be the way that we have to do it if we want to separate the straw man in that avenue. It's not a bad way. I just like to do all the steps before jumping to the main one. So once again, for people who don't know, this is a thing called like a hydrolyzer. You can see it bubbling right now. So you get your purified water, put it in here, it separates the water and oxygen. You can talk to your doctor before doing anything that you might want to consider medical. This is not medical. These are my experiences. But you can actually, what's good for you is breathe in the oxygen and hydrogen that your body actually makes anyway. Once it's done, it has a minute amount of it in there. You can drink it, and it's actually, for me, healthy. And for those people that it can work for as well, you can do the same, but always consult with your doctor and vet the information beforehand. Thank you for the hearts, Lisa. Lots of helpful documents for donation and for free on Black Site 32. Corrupted. Yes, thank you. Yes, indeed. There are tons of free documents on there. Some of mine I've made free. Like for a while, yes, we did sell like the health affidavit one. You know what? I put it on there for free and people are using them. I can see the downloads, so people are getting them. And so get them, use them. Like I said, I'm not worried about copyright infringement or whatever. Use it how you see fit. As always, I don't take any responsibility for the information because it's all in how you use it. But use it. And if you can, which I get hundreds of emails a month, people telling me thank you for how these things have helped them. One lady was able to use my information and she helped her granddaughter get her daughter help her to get her kids, which are her grandkids, back. two guys in the military said that they discovered this information and this helped them to, let's just say, keep themselves okay, because they thought nobody really knew what this was going on, this information. And a lot of people go, oh, along with that, oh, well, taxes are illegal. They're not illegal. What they're doing is not illegal. What they're doing, though, there might be some fraudulent aspects to it. But remember, unfortunately, we went to them for these benefits and privileges because we didn't know any better. We didn't ask our parents. We didn't question the documents. We didn't know we had a choice or a reason. Taxes are not illegal. What they are is that they have the right to tax anything in the U.S. corporation, zip coded, or in the District of Columbia. So you have to ask yourself, where are you doing business? And at the end of the day, you don't want to be taxed, create a tax exempt entity. That's all. Okay, there. David. Hello, all. What's going on, Matt? Appreciate you tuning into the channel. The bill of exchange, I'm not a master on that one. I would suggest getting this bad boy. Oh, the U.S.C book. I just picked this one up. Well, actually, no, this might be my old one. Yeah, there's a new 2023. Where does it say? Under section Article 3, right here. Negotiable instruments. That's how you make your bill of exchange. That's how you make your promissory notes. That's how you make all of it, following their information. Like I said, guys, they're not really hiding it. If they are, they're doing a really bad job. They're just not openly sharing it with us. Wolf, have you read White's Concise Trustee Handbook? Yes. Yep. Do have that one, and I do read it. Peace to the gods, James. What's going on, Patriot? Appreciate you. Sunseed, good evening, Wolf. Mantis here. What's going on, Mantis? Is it my Mantis or the Mantis? Everybody got a lot of questions. I'm going to start with everything. Yeah, you can either do a consultation, or I would say watch the videos on my YouTube, check out Black Site 32, download all the files, especially like the Judge Dale files. You can find a lot of good information in there. I like to keep things as free or cheap as possible. So hit that stuff up before me. But then if you want, yeah, we can do a consult. The Wolf, SK. Hey, we're all walking in our purpose, and I appreciate that as well. Born in Belize, yeah, we've done this process for people. One girl was from France, one's from Puerto Rico, Germany, Russia, pretty much all over. You know what? When I did mine years ago, I was running with another pack of people, and they kind of took care of all that side of it. So that's actually one of the spots where I'm weak, is on the security agreement. The company used Social Security number, IRS sent me the account transcripts, can I audit them? Yeah, that's called the Numident record. If you pull your Numident record, which I'm just going to say I don't think they like, but the Numident record for the Social Security Administration means that you want a copy of everybody who's ever used your Social Security number. And if you didn't authorize them to use it, or they drew funds upon it, educational information only, there could be some legalities to it. So yeah, I would take them to court over it. That's all I'm going to say. I have here, Atlanta, South Carolina. You're interested in visiting South Carolina? I have never been to South Carolina, so that might be a thing. Let me know. Shoot me an email. We can talk about it. See what's going on. What's going on, David? Appreciate you. Okay, some other people having consultation or talks. Any nationals in Michigan? Let's get those thumbs up, guys. Do I have to pause the show until you guys hit those thumbs up? Come on, don't make me do it. SK says, crazy is the new sane. It is, because everything that they want to do, that's natural, they have to flip upside down to show a different jurisdiction. One of my mans said on Instagram or TikTok, he said, y'all, I'm going to talk like him for a moment. I don't remember his name. He said, y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to figure out what's going on because y'all so sleep or so woke or whatever they want to call it now, he goes, that they're doing their stuff in front of you guys because they don't even care because they know nobody understands what they're doing. That whole Super Bowl show with the all red and the whatever else and they're doing all this in front of people because they can't hide their, we'll just say their true intention. They want it to become so comfortable with you that they can get away with all the things that they're doing. Okay? So until people start to wake up and understand what's going on, so what they're really doing is they're perfecting the contract in front of you. You're agreeing to it by visual acquiescence. If you don't say anything, you don't stand up, you don't protest in the proper ways, then yeah, they're just gonna keep doing it. And it's only gonna get worse, mark my words. Unless people start waking up and saying, oh no, we're not, no. Okay, never forget, guys, other than, God's the highest authority. This right here was for us. This gives us the ability to keep them in check. This is what they don't like. This is why you don't see these everywhere anymore that much. I got copies here. I got one on the wall. I keep one in the car. All right. An LLC is seen as a pass-through entity. Can a state-registered LLC be owned by a private trust to do business? Will the earnings be out of their jurisdiction? So, yes, a private trust can own a U.S. entity. That's not a problem. Will the earnings be out of their jurisdiction? Well, it's looked at like this. If you use their word that you are generating income, which is taxable, then yes. But while you've generated it, if you pass it through to a tax-exempt entity, then educational information, then it is not supposed to be taxed. Oh, okay, you guys are talking. The explanatory statement is also good. Yes, we still use that. It has not been done away with. As I've always said since day one, it is optional. It's more so for you, but it ain't gonna hurt with the passport process because then they can see how you're moving. Okay, they can read it. Especially if you do it on your first one, or maybe your passport has lapsed and you have to do a new DS11. Then they have to make that a part of your file permanently. But if you update your passport with the DS82, depending on your scenario, they're not going to accept any new information put into your passport account for the record. Shout out to Latia. Yeah, Latia, if we can get some prayers for her and her family. She was down for a little while. She had some family stuff going on. So blessings of healing energy to her family. And thank you, SK, for sending that shout out to my cousin. Appreciate you on that one. How do I identify myself to a public notary as a national? You just tell them you're a national if you want, or a state citizen. Now, they might give you a little, look, but for the most part, I don't even bother telling them. I just have them, sign and do their business, and I just go ahead. Most of the time, they don't care. Sometimes they might read your declaration at the part where they sign, where it says you are that, and this is under the jurisdiction of, the private, state or whatever. And then they might go, I don't know if I should do that. But 9 times out of 10, I don't even bother telling them, But remember, there's a difference between a public notary and a notary public. Those are 2 separate things, 2 separate jurisdictions. And I'm not sponsored for them or anything, but I get these Vita coconut waters for like $1, whatever a piece on Amazon. Awesome. Thank you for answering that. And those watching, I meant esoteric knowledge, face-to-face with esoteric knowledge, peace and love. Yeah, Xavier, you're good. Appreciate you. I'm so new, I'm still trying to get into the private bracket. Remember, you're not trying to get in, you already are in. There's nothing to break into. You have that right. They would have to try to deny you and prove that you aren't who you say you are. And they don't have time or money for that, so you keep it stepping, keep it moving. Need to file W-9, not WBN. Well, that depends on your employer. They, in fact, are the withholding agent. So if they want you to fill a W-9 and claim exempt on there, then you do a W-9. Some people will take a W-8BN because they have an estate or they operate their life as an estate. Some people use the W-4V, you know, so it just depends on your employer. All you have to do is convince your employer, you know, but yes, people have used the W-9 and marked off exempt on there. Same thing. All you have to do is convince your employer of who and what you say you are. I would keep copies for yourself, though. Common law copyright and link it with a hold harmless and indemnity agreement between you and your trade name. Yep, you can do that too. Wolf, what is the 1040V used for? The 1040V, I believe, is the voluntary, paying taxes voluntary, I believe. Let me double check. What? Okay, it's a payment voucher. 1040V payment voucher is a statement that taxpayers send to the IRS along with their tax returns if they choose to make a payment with a check or a money order for any balance due on the amount you owe. Okay, so it's a payment voucher. It's how they're using it here. Now, there's also a 1040NR for those people who are non-residents who are operating in the private for your states and whatever else. The 1040X allows you to go back 3 years and redo taxes. If you had tax problems and you want to correct it, you can use a 1040X and do that. 1040V, I'm not fully familiar with off the top. For some reason, my mind is escaping all that information. But it says it's tax voucher for paying. I could have sworn it was for voluntary. So you might have to do your own due diligence, or I'll look into it later on. Okay, you guys are talking in the comments. But yeah, if your company only wants you to do a W-9 and go exempt, what's going on, son? Then yeah, that's all you have to do. I'm coming to clean out your fridge, Wolf. What's wrong with my fridge? It's only like coconut water and yogurt and, well, okay, there's some non-healthy stuff in there. You gotta, you know, come on, you can't live perfectly. You gotta have some dirt in there too. Your skin looks clear and nice, brother. Oh yeah, like I said, since I've been trying to stay away from processed meat, taco smell, all that stuff I used to do. Like if you watch my old videos when I was kind of a little bit more, you know, a little more fluffy and in the fat in the face, and you know, and the skin wasn't as, you know, you are what you eat. Your body is the temple, so you don't take care of it. Yes, the birth certificate exemplification. Yes, that is another method. I think we talked about it, but I didn't really promote a specific video just to that. But yeah, you guys can look up exemplification of the birth certificate and use that as well. Yeah. See, there's lots of ways to get things done. So thank you for bringing that to our attention and also to re-bring it to mine as well, because I don't know it all. I'm just sharing with you guys what I've done on my path in the 30 years. But as they say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I mean, hopefully no cats were here were skinned or shaved in the process. So Wolf, we got to know pimping is easy. You got to know pimping is Bill. I am back to being single, so I don't know. I think that's when you're supposed to pimp. I'm usually too busy learning stuff. I'm looking for a trustee for a 1099A. Make sure you're using those correctly. And if you guys want to communicate, was it jbrcattle.com? Oh yeah, I know you are. You guys can go to his website and communicate with him. He's also on YouTube. And if you guys want to do that or exchange, just make sure you guys, do everything proper and handle your business. Anyone notice that big store bacon is full of water now? Yeah, they're hacking our food supply. They're putting fillers in there. Some of the food is so not actually food, like edible, safe food, that over in Europe, they won't even let it in their doors over in Europe. So that tells you a lot of things here. That tells you that if Europe is smart enough to not eat our everything, something's not right there. But then once again, you have to find out, follow the money to see who's in control of all of this. And then you'll know why they allow that stuff to be on our shelves. You can also de-shelf the closed business. Okay. That I don't think I know. So I appreciate your knowledge on that one. Yeah, I never even thought of that. Yes, acidic water. Yes. Garlic, yep, I do. But you know what? You're right. If you looked at my medicine cabinet, you would think I'm a 90-year-old man. I have all that. I've just been slacking the last week. And, sometimes you gotta have some comfort food, man. What's up, Big DG? Yo. This is my main man right here, everybody. Mr. Grave. This man helped me to be where I'm at, because when I was studying this and, I didn't have any ends in my pocket, this man helped put me to work, taught me trades, craft, painting, electrical, flooring, drywall, all that stuff. And he let me on the side do what I'm doing here. So shout out to Dan. He is the man. We call him Dan the Man. All right. With the paint van. At least he used to have a van. So appreciate you, fam. Thank you for supporting. And that's what's up, man. Real love for my real people. Calcium in the morning, magnesium at night. Okay, that might have been where I messed up. I was taking my magnesium in the morning. Calcium, I just taken my one a day. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys being concerned about, me staying healthy. Can you touch on the Treasury Direct website? So the Treasury Direct website is where you can get lawful money, okay? You can get your bonds, your securities, you can put your money in their account. Now, education, it's come to my attention, a lot of people, and I might make this move too. If you're afraid of the normal banks, you can put your money with them. You can convert it, or you can just load the account and let it sit there. Now, one thing I don't know is if you can have a debit card to that. I have to look into that. But I'll tell you this, my thought is if all the banks fail, the last one standing better be the TDA, the government. I mean, they're the ones who also insure all the banks. I mean, you've seen where it said all these banks are FDIC insured for $250,000, 500,000, or whatever else. You guys can move how you want, but this is just a thought. So other than that, remember, guys, that the TDA, they do not own those stock, the birth certificates and whatever else. People are like trying to cash them in there. Remember, education, they give you a portal to see those securities, but they themselves don't have them. And from my knowledge, it's the companies or municipalities who issued them who are the ones who are responsible for them in one way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay? Do what you want with that. So please stop bothering them about trying to get that stuff done. I think ultimately, if those other agencies have closed out or gone defunct, then they might be responsible, probably through the Treasury directly. Just thoughts. I'm not saying do any of this. I'm not saying it's fact. Just my thoughts off the top, off the fly. So you have to contact the proper people to get the proper things done. Even for me, I did a qualified written request challenging certain legitimacies on my mortgage and whatnot. But when I sent it in, it went to the wrong department because I had an old address. When I looked at my new statement on the back of my mortgage, on the very bottom, it said, this is the proper address for a QWR, qualified written request, or QR, whatever. And yeah, that's right. And it has to go to this specific PO box. Okay, so now things are moving. Okay, and I'll keep you guys updated with that as we move forward. The American state national is either national going. Okay, well, and nation, I hear what you're saying. My problem is that I hear what you're saying, and you're not wrong at all. But when dealing with these people, so you're right there, but none of them refer to the standing of a living person as an American state national. Now we do, because we can talk all we want. So when I use certain other terms, you know, like non-resident, whatever else, it's because we have to use their words when we're interfacing with them. But yeah, but yeah, you're right. So yes, you are correct. What we got here? Broadcasting radio. Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. Cool. Cool. That book is really good when it comes to the 100 Constitution book. Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. That is also a good book. Also good information right there. Hadash has good information. You are in fact correct. Yep. Reginald, yep, you got it. Okay, yep, yep. Man, you guys are on it. You guys got it. So name on the certificate of live birth is in title case style, first letter capitalized, name on the certificate of birth is all capitalized, thoughts. Well, as I did in one of my videos, we broke that down. The all caps name, which is your public transmitting utility, is in fact a legal person which has similar rights and benefits and privileges as a living person who then has absolute rights and liberty and freedoms. So those are two separate things. So to capitalize means to, one, make money on, to capitalize, and to raise the lettering into the correct name for it is typography into the upper format, which is to capitalize, because there's capitals on top of the columns that are raised. So it's a double entendre on the name. So that means that it is on the birth certificate a legal person and entity. If you look in, well, you probably won't get your hands on their book because they won't let me have it. But when I read in their book, it said that the legal person is to have a conspicuous name. So they chose to change the typography of it in all caps to show that it is a legal person. The certificate of live birth, the upper and lower case, because the upper is still capitalized, it means you are somewhat in their jurisdiction, but mostly lowercase represents the private. So you're mixing the jurisdictions with that one, because that's a hospital created one, not a private one with your name in all lowercase lettering. And it doesn't actually have your true nationality on there and private family name or house or clan or trust or whatever you want to make it. Yeah, I was looking at some of those machines, but they get kind of expensive. All right, we got 134 people viewing, but we have 25 likes. Okay, so I'm taking a break until we get some more of those likes up. Y'all playing. Y'all better get them lights up. I know y'all watching and enjoying. Get them lights up. I might walk off for a while. Y'all know I ain't going too far, but yeah, for real. You know, get them lights up. Well, I pour some water here real quick. Now, why do I say that? Because if you guys really want this information to get out there, you guys really want to make a choice, a difference. You guys want to support, what does this glass say? We the people. Yep. All right, well, then getting them lights up is what's going to get the algorithm to recognize that my information that you guys seem to like is better than the average person's out there, and the information will go farther. But at the end of the day, even though that's great, and I do appreciate you guys for doing that, and thank you, Moo, for helping get that out there. Let's get back at it, because can't stop, won't stop. So taxes indeed are voluntary unless you are a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. Then it is your tribute to the DC beast, as Yusufel likes to call it. But even still, it's not, there's no law that forces you, but they make the 14th Amendment U.S. citizen do it. Because Congress gave them the ability to tax that which is theirs or their property, the all caps name, within their jurisdiction. But we are all born private. If you know how to move, then yes, they are definitely voluntary. That's why we had Sherry Peel Jackson on my show, who used to work for them. He used to prosecute people or go after them for tax evasion. And remember, if you're doing it properly, it's not tax evasion. This is from their book. It's called tax avoidance. All right. And that's how you need to move. Just a couple of tidbits we talk about in the private here and some consultations. Look it up for yourself. Yep, there you go. My man, see this I'm talking about right here. Charles got it. Taxes are legal. And Congress gave them the ability to tax within their jurisdiction. The problem that you guys don't know or quite see is that when they created DC then gave you guys zip codes. When you use those zip codes, you're telling them that you are part of that corporation. You're using their benefits. There's no law that says you have to use a zip code. Go ahead. I challenge you. I challenge thee. Where's my glove? There's no law that says you have to use it, but when you use it, what did they ask you? What did they ask each and every one of you guys? I bet you a kajillion dollars, nearly everybody out there, 99.99 for sure, they said you need to prove residency. And what did they say? You need mail with your name printed on something, which was your all caps name, and it had the zip code. This brings you into their corporation, their jurisdiction. They ask you to prove residency, which means that before you proved residency from their perspective outward, you were then a non-resident living in the private. But they brought you into their corporation and turns you into essentially a federalized state employee, somebody subject to their rules, if you will, and regulations. I have a question. How do you get rid of criminal contacts? If this is a appropriate question? It's appropriate. It's a good question. That's something more so I would talk about in the private. But you can get things expunged by contacting the court. You can, start over. We will just say. So there's ways to deal with certain things. Certain things you must atone for. Depends on the scenario. But most things, yeah, you can have them seal the file or get things expunged. I did one video on how to get your civil disability removed if you can't get like a arm or a license or whatever else. Yeah, look up how to remove civil disabilities. Consultations are good. I do appreciate them. Keep in mind, I'm also booked out about a week right now. For some reason, every year at this time, people want more consultations. So it's a little busy, so bear with me. Please read all the instructions. Please know that sometimes Zoom will have a different time, in their emails than what you clicked on. It will always be the number that you click on, okay? For other information, guys, donations and where to find me, all that stuff is down here on the bottom on the ticker. Can't really watch right now, but thanks. I'll watch later. All right, you got it. Wheeler, appreciate you. Knock out that work. We got you. We got you, brother. King, what's going on? Appreciate you thank you for the jazzy videos. Hey, I'm just sharing my life with you guys, you know what I mean? And I'm just happy you guys are interested in learning what I've been through or what the system and life put me through. The International Bill of Exchange is under the Unicentral Convention as part of the Hague Convention. Okay. I know that they do talk about it a little bit in the UCC book, but I do remember lightly seeing that. So that's good to know. So if you're going to do an international, because remember, there's a bill of exchange and then there's an international bill of exchange. Okay. So if you're going to do international purchasing with these documents, then you're going to want to read up on it. Okay, so the judge straight up disregarded my jurisdictional challenge. They will do that because they are all powerful. They are the all powerful Oz, which we know is not really all powerful in there. So, I would say send a copy of your information to the district attorney and or the governor for your state. Okay. We can go into some more things if you want to do a consultation, but CC the master document so that everybody can see it that you're going to send it to, and put all your rebuttals in there. Tell them everything that transpired. And like I said, I don't know what you did or what the scenario is, but if you're going to do that, this is going to be the best way. Some things, if you've done, depending on what you've done, you are square in their jurisdiction and they're not going to care about that unless you disregard their disregard and you take them to the federal court and sue them properly from your private status. You can do that as well. But otherwise, yeah, we can cover some things on a consultation, but the information I just gave you will move you farther along than where you're at, definitely. Many people have, that's all they needed to do. King says, it's funny, the Badwolf is a goat. Love the content and Black Side 32. Thank you. I tried to improve Black Side a little bit from being a little shambly kind of thing with, some, a couple of files. As I find new and better services, I will always add to it and continue to make it a better thing than what it was. Okay. So thank you for that. I appreciate you guys recognizing that. What are your thoughts about going through QSIP and to get QSIPs? I'll be honest with you. I was thinking about that myself. I mean, there's a QSIP company. They're the ones who issue all of the QSIPs. The one thing I don't know, and I have to contact them, is how does that work? If you get a QSIP number from them, can you then put the QSIP on your own documents? And then now that we know that QSIPs make money, can we make money on our own documents? That I don't know, but that could be a very interesting question. So I don't know. If you guys know, let me know. All right. So like I said, I don't have time to go down every single angle. So everything I've been bringing you guys are things I've already done. I've already mastered. I get it. But that doesn't mean that there's not another way. Like my man was bringing up the exemplification. That's fire too. You know what I mean? I didn't need to use it. I was successful with my way, but yeah, why not? Right, I'm going to sign for consultation. I'm from GA, got some court issues, and we're talking to you. Okay, so remember, guys, I do not do court cases, okay, because otherwise I'd have to charge you guys the same as, or not the same, it'd be cheaper, but like a lawyer. And then I still couldn't guarantee you anything, though, yes, I'm better than most lawyers in this particular area, but there's lots of layers to law and lots of avenues. So though I can give you a general educational direction, I do not do court cases because it wouldn't, $75 or $100 an hour, whatever I charge right now for a consult would not cover the case. Maybe in the future I'll ponder that, but I don't like feeling responsible if what information I give you for your court case, doesn't work. It's easy to do what I do and to help people who are doing right to travel the right way, because we work in preventative maintenance. We set up things so that later on they can't come and say, oh, we didn't know, because, hey, I sent the chief of police, I put my information on record. I'm using your code. Like I know in my state, foreign registered vehicles is under code 341.40, and I can beat them up all day on that. You know what I mean? So That is why the map is upside down. There's a lot of things that they do upside down or backwards. You know what I mean? So Sage, I got denied. I cannot say that other people have been not denied because nobody else has messaged me back to let me know that they got it or they didn't get it, doing it how they talk about in their own forms. I'm just saying me. Now, remember, hi, Department of State. I know that they might be just effing with me. Don't know, but I have to find a way that doesn't slide through or sneak through, that it can walk through the front door and nobody can say nothing. And then when I do, then I bring it to you guys. So if it goes through for you, cool. If it doesn't, let me know. There's been people who have used my own files and got their mortgages discharged, their vehicles discharged and paid off. You know, now I did that with my vehicles too, but I'm still working on my house. You know, they kept mine and said, no, we're not going to honor it. Straight up. That's what they said. They told me it wasn't in the right format, so I reformatted, sent it to them. They're like, okay, this looks good. And then they said, oh, well, yeah, we're not going to do it now. So that's why we're probably going to have to go to court. And that's fine, because I've got lots of information to shut them down on all of their fraud. So we'll talk about that when it happens. Yes, tacit agreement. Yep. Free Badwolf? No, not me. You might be talking about the lone wolf. That guy by the name of the lone wolf has been getting into trouble. Oh, let me say this correctly. I don't know what all he's got going on. Who else was in trouble? Oh, the Straits. I think David Strait and Bonnie Strait are, you know, they were doing some things. I never try to pay attention. I only hear bits and pieces, but no, I'm here. Everything is good. Alex, so the whole process is free, bro. I only charge if you guys want something from me, but once you know what's going on, all you really have to do is create private trusts. If you want one of my trusts, they're like $199 compared to a lot of people's trusts for $1,000 or $1,500 or $25 or $5,000. I sell mine open source. You can reuse them. You can make as many copies. You can change them, edit them. You create a private trust or an unincorporated association or a foreign trust or a tax-exempt 508c1a faith-based organization, whatever it is, and you use that to operate your private side. If you want the passport, watch the videos on the passport. I give away all the information for free. If you want the explanatory statement, which does help, it's not mandatory, never said it was, then you can get that off of Black Site. But I don't do the processes for people. But if you want to do a consultation and talk about the things that I would recommend, which are also for free in the videos, you can just go on the videos and right to my main YouTube site and watch them. I try to make everything as free as possible. I'm not getting rich. It's like this one guy, I won't mention his name. He was in one of my good friends, Brandon Joe Williams. He's in one of his groups. This guy goes, oh, Brandon Joe Williams, which I do recommend. Follow him on Facebook. He's got a lot of good information. He's a young guy, very ambitious. He's got some things that I would probably do a little bit different, but nonetheless, it's good to have information from all sources, but you make up your own decision. And the guy was like, oh, well, Brandon, you send so many people to James. He's rich. If I was rich, I wouldn't have a mortgage that I'm still struggling to pay. All right. That $1,500 comes along, plus all my other bills real quick, like every day or every month, right on time. Secondly, how would you know how much I make? Okay. Because all of that is kept private in the first place. All right. So there's a lot of people who are going to hate and do whatever else. The biggest thing is me and him aren't going to argue and fight. I'm not going to argue with Brett. I'm not going to argue with anybody and fight. It is what it is. So you can't please everybody. I just think it's funny because I'm in the group under a different name, so they don't even know that I'm in the group. He does, and one or two of his people do. I try to stay private, but yes, I am on Facebook. People have looked me up on there. I do have a satellite Facebook under my real name, and so people add themselves on there. I do check it. One of my good people runs that for me, so he puts up a lot of crazy stuff and fun things and whatever else. But in general, I try to stay private because even as it is, I get overwhelmed with so many questions and whatever else. Yeah, Sunseed, if you do need her services, she's my cousin. Her name is Latia. She's her website is called nolimitnotary.com. No Limit Notary. You can check her out. She does more than just notary, okay? Electric filing, digital filing, mortgage, all that stuff. Go check her out. You can tell her that I sent you. She'll try to take care of you a little bit, but she's a small business, so I want her to, make some money and to do what she's doing. As long as she's in the state that she's licensed to do this, she can do it anywhere in the United States. So if you guys ever need something like that, hit her up. Correct. Income is for-profit corporations, and labor and wages are not taxable per the Constitution. Okay. So indeed, what are you generating? Ugh. That one's a tough one, my good man. How to get a passport if you got to receive a letter from them since you owe child support? Well, to state the obvious, you would need to pay down the child support. You can talk to your baby mama to try to get her to forgive a chunk of it. You need to get it under. They used to say 2,500, but I've heard people having problems with 1,500. So you need to pay it current. Okay. For other potentially educational things, you can set up a consultation, but I can't promise anything because literally they're holding all the that's kind of they're not supposed to do what they're doing, okay, but they find ways around stuff. So, and though some people were fortunate to get it, that is not something I can say that I can just go, oh, just do this and it's gonna, whatever else. But typically, talking to the baby mama, there's some programs that can help you out with the state. So do your own due diligence on that, but then, hit me up if you choose, but no obligation. Cost of redemption process. Well, it depends on, once you know who and what you are, you create a private name so you can have a private side and then you just operate it, create a new persona, a new mask, and then, move forward. But anything else, we can just do a consultation if you really want to go through all the stuff. Is that coconut water good, that brand? I like it. I'm going to say I tried the generic version of it offered by a rather large company, and maybe I got a bad batch, but it wasn't good. That was by Vital or Vita, V-I-T-A or Vital, something like that, V-I-T-A. They're good. I like them. This is my third case that I've bought from them. I might, and I normally don't do this, but I might have it auto shipped through Amazon, just because I'm going through, I usually do about one a day. So they usually get about 24, 25-ish. So it's a transmitting utility. Tell them to shut up and notarize. Indeed. W4V. Yep. Yeah, you guys are on it. You'd have to look for a specific code that shuts them down in the contract using the UCC code. But still, I've seen a lot of them, even banks go, yeah, so what? Catch me if you can, take me to court then. So it's not that the UCC doesn't have teeth, it does, but you're going to have the Attorney General or the Secretary of State come to your bat to enforce the UCC. Do you take anything in addition to PayPal? Yeah. At the bottom of all my emails on Black Site 32 on the payment pages, if you scroll down to, there's alternate payments on there. Pretty much everything I take at some point in time. One guy actually asked me if he could pay me in Bitcoin through, was it Cash App? So I've, one guy a long time ago paid me in cryptocurrency. I'm not heavy into that, but thank you, base, as well. But I've done that depending on your scenarios, what you're into. Obviously, I'm not going to accept something that's trash. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know, like, call it Goblin coin. I'm not going to take, $1 million in Goblin coin. It's worth like 5 nickels and 1 peso or something, Forget the 1040V, instead do the 1041V. Okay. Keep it foreign and private and collect on the public. There you go. So I may not be familiar with that one, but there you guys go. Check out the 1041V. All right. Matter of fact, I'll write a note because I'm not that way. I'll check it out myself just to make sure. Sometimes, guys, I've read so many books, I cannot retain it all. So sometimes I'll look at something and I'm just like, and I will sometimes reread books I haven't read in years just to see if I missed anything. Get rid of the bacon. Yes, yes. I normally, well, let's say within the last 9 months, I've been off of the bacon for the most part. Okay, so my headache today, which almost caused me to not do the show today, was due to bacon. So you guys can blame bacon that I almost didn't do this. I look into avoid the wording that the private bank terms generating income. Compensation. You're being compensated by labor and wages. Bam. Other side. Appreciate you. 100. Let's pimp the system. That's what it's there for. They've been pimping us. They've been pimping us. It's time that we pimp the system. Can you repeat? I'm not sure what you're responding to, so hit me back up with that. Islam, peace. I'm not well versed in the 1099As. The information I did get obviously came from the IRS directly, because though I don't necessarily trust them, I'm not going to use those forms for anything other than what they say I can. So if you want to be like me, I would say call their 800 number and talk to somebody and milk them for all the information you can get. There you go. Yeah, if our products are not approved in other countries, I would try to stay away from them as much as possible, in all honesty. There you go. Thank you, Indigo. Appreciate you. Yeah, and magnesium, I know, is good for over 300 different processes in the human body. And actually, I just did this with this lady in a consultation today. Unfortunately, she's got stage 4, and I was just trying to help her with things she should take. And she goes, everything you just mentioned is what my health specialist just put me on. Badwolf is good. I be knowing some things. Now, once again, I'm not a health expert, but when I took martial arts, my sensei taught me a lot about all those natural things. So I still do those things even for myself. And I usually know what I'm slipping, like with the bacon, but sometimes it just reminds me of when my mom was alive and she would make like big country breakfasts. I'm talking about like 3-4 egg, 2 pieces of bacon, 2 pieces of toast, sausage, grits. And, so sometimes I do fall off the wagon and I like to eat that and, oxtail soup and whatever else, fatty stuff, because it just reminds me of my mom. So, but then I suffer a little bit for it because I am getting older, gonna be 50 soon, and that sucks. So you got to eat healthier and stay active. So that's the big thing. So the TDA card is called an express card. Really? Base, my man. All right, I am on it. Like I said, I just set up my TDA account, and I'm going to get that all set up. You know what I mean? Because this was told to me in private. I don't think there's any problem sharing it, but essentially, let's just say if collectors and whatever are after your money in your commercial account, I was told that it is very safe in the TDA account. Now, I don't know. I haven't vetted that information, but I'm going to look into it and utilize my freedoms, rights, and liberties. And not that I have any major thing going on, but I just like to know that you're in good hands with Allstate. TD Bank is also flaky. Well, yeah, I mean, nothing's, If you're going to go through the DTCC for collection process, they will lose your funds. Yeah, be careful with, well, really be careful with anybody. In all honesty, if you can get yourself a safe and buy some gold and put it in it and hide that bad boy, that's what I would do, really. Alkaline disease. Yes, yes. Divine, you are in fact correct. Yes, you're right. You use my own stuff against me, huh? Yes, yes, you are good. I'm getting beat up with my own knowledge and theories and analogies here. What's up with the weird video work? Camera. Yeah, I got a new camera so that the image is more clear, but it has an autofocus, so I'll have to turn that off for next time. So like I said in the beginning, I apologize for that. Just have to bear with me. The best place to know about 1099As is from the people who issue 1099As. Call them up, sit on the phone with them for an hour, and ask them everything you can use it for. That's what I did. There you go. Win Wealth Now on Telegram teaches about that. So there you guys go. There's another link you guys can check out. Always vet your own information, before just listening to anybody, including me. Don't just listen. Go and research it for yourself. Bedtime, love you, Wolf, and all you fellow pack members. Hail Odin's Wolves. All right. Good night, Sage. Appreciate you. Rest, slumber beautifully and well. And hey, another thing too is, and I haven't done this in a while either, but if you guys have ever been feeling like depleted of energy and run down, look into grounding. Okay. Sometimes I'll sleep with a electrical strap, a conductive strap connected to my, now don't just do it my way, research it first, connected to a ground rod in the ground. You can also use your cold water pipe. Make sure that it's grounded correctly because some people wire their houses really weird. So don't just do that, okay? I want you guys getting, or something weird. So, but if you can go outside with your socks off, stand in the ground. If you can connect a cable to the ground, a couple like a foot or two into it, and wear a grounding strap, or just, put your hands in the ground and let it discharge those ions out of you. All the positive ions that are in you are not good. Liked. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that bell, like, and subscribe, please. Yes, the 1099As also have an instruction manual, so you can read that as well, and it will teach you everything you need to know. You don't really need a guru or a specialist for most things. Just got to read. So anything they provide, they have to, by law, provide an instruction manual. Except for the passport. I guess they do kind of give you basic information on how to fill it out, but not how to fill it out. But with those, yes, they do have to provide that. Hit those likes. Okay, my Lewis says, my screen says 125 likes and 119 watching. Okay, mine just jumped to 124. Make it. You missed it. What'd you miss? Here is your like. Lance, thank you. There's more likes than watching now, laughing out loud. Hey, all right. I'll take it. Some people there, it's got them thumbs up. All right, so I'm going to jump back into the comments when I can. So I'm going to apologize if I can't get to everybody. But I wanted to show you guys a couple things. What is it? An hour, almost 2 hours in. I guess I could have looked up here, wherever it's, there it is, hour 43. So, all right, so let's look at a couple things here. Okay, don't need that. And where we at? Where we at? We did that one. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple random things here. Present. Okay, so check this out. All right, you guys should be able to see that any second now. So IRS insolvency form. Some of you guys have hit me up for consultations with the IRS and whatever else, and though I can help in some areas, I am not the grand master of it. But what was interesting is in working with people, I've known about the 982 form before, and so this is one of the things I mentioned to people, and here's why. So insolvency essentially means that you cannot pay your bills, or a specific debt. Okay? And when you fill out this form, you're essentially asking them to discharge a debt. So look here, it says discharge of indebtedness to the extent exsolvent. All right, so we're not going to break down in this particular video on all of that, but if you have a debt you want discharged or you can't pay, you might want to look at the Form 982. Read the instructions, discharge a debt. All right. So let's see what else we got to share in this here piece. All right. So now you should be seeing this page. Oh, wait, it hasn't. I gotta share the page. All right, present. So I was looking up what is the official law book of the U.S. The Corpus Juris Secundum. Okay, which means the second body of law. So we know secundum, that means second in Latin. Corpus is body. So juris, we know, is jurisdiction. So this is Latin. This is where we get a lot of our words from. So corpus juris secundum is the second body of law. Now, in thinking about it, why are they calling the second body of law? Because it's not the first. The first would be God's law or natural law. But this is what the federal levels use. Okay? Okay. All right. So, let's see what else we got here to share. I got some more things sitting here in the hopper. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Don't need that. Okay, we got some more here. So check this out. This is a big one, guys. Depending on your level of comprehension, parent of the country. Okay, well, this is the word I typed in. Parens patriae. Seems like an innocent little word, right? Yeah, about that. So, parens patriae means parent of the country and refers to the common law doctrine by which the sovereign has an obligation to protect the interest of those unable to protect themselves, such as children and mentally incapacitated adults. Well, guess what your state of does to you? They operate over you under parens patriae, meaning they're saying you are not competent to handle your own affairs. So they give you a all caps straw man, and then that's how they're able to govern over you. Because they're saying either you're a child, you're an incapacitated individual, or you're a disabled individual who lacks parents who are not able or willing to render adequate care. Now you understand why they're able to do what they're doing, is because underneath that act or doctrine, you are either incompetent or you are a child. You have not declared your age of majority that you can handle your account. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how to handle yourself in their jurisdiction. So as Charles Squire is saying right here, I can see it pop up on my screen. This is what they get you with child support too. And yep, movie stream, you are a ward of the state. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Yes, you guys are, man, you guys got it. I love this. Like, man, I wish we could all sit in a room and just talk about some of this stuff and whatever else, you know, which, once again, people did point out before, yes, I will be doing something more so private that if people want to join in, I might call it like classroom. It'll be on my seminars page when I start doing seminars soon. We've got a lineup of the things we're gonna cover. You guys will be able to jump into those, and we're just gonna no holds barred talk about whatever, you know, because that's for the private. This is the public, so you know you don't say certain things in there. You guys know how sensitive some people are. You know how they monitor what we say. You know how YouTube will make sure you don't say certain phrases or have anything offensive. You know, so we're gonna take things offline when we chat for certain things and whatever else. So let me see what else I got here. So now you guys understand what they got going on. Now let's just check out something else. Present share screen. Well, what do we have here? Something called bills of attainder. For those watching the home game, does anybody know what these are? What is a bill of attainder? Well, bills of attainder are such special acts of legislature. Remember, this means Article 1 courts is where your tickets come from. As inflicts capital punishments upon persons supposed to be guilty of high offenses like treason and felony, but they do these things to you without any conviction in an ordinary course of judicial, not legislative, judicial proceedings. So 98% of the stuff that you guys are being charged with were done to you in a legislative court and not done judicially in an Article 3 court with the proper proceedings. No bill of attainder or ex post facto or de facto law, no longer good, no longer recognized, ancient, archaic, not done correctly, or that abridges or abrogates your constitutional rights shall be passed. Now you can go on and read through the whole thing. I'm not going to bore you guys to tears with all that stuff, but feel free to look up, are bills of attainder legal? Look up bills of attainder on Cornell Law EDU. You might be surprised what you learn. All right. Let's see. We covered. We'll save some of that for another time. We're going to get back to some of these questions. Oh, wait, one more. I did have one more up. Okay, one more. I'll give you guys one more treat for your trick-or-treat bag. No contest, sometimes referred to as nolo contendere, if I remember correctly. So Nolo contendere, or contender, is a legal term that means no contest. Now, they usually only tell you what? Guilty, not guilty, but did you know there's no contest? Yeah, buddy. It is a plea. See, right there, bang. It's a plea. They only, guilty or not guilty. Your Honor, nolo contendere, however you pronounce the last part of it. It is a plea that can be entered in a criminal or civil case, by which an accused person neither admits guilt nor proclaims innocence of a charge. The phrase translates from the Latin as, I do not wish to contend. Are you guys feeling this? Are you smelling what I'm cooking? Are you picking up what I'm putting down over here? In a criminal proceeding, a defendant may enter a plea of nolo contendere, in which the defendant does not accept or deny responsibility for the charges, but waives the right to a trial and agrees to accept the penalty. No contests. So that is another way to move. There's also what's known as, what do they call it? Look up also jury nullification. This is another one they don't like. Jury nullification is where you put the jury in a position where they can't say that they fully believe you did it. They can't really prove it. So they don't really want to convict you on something they can't prove beyond a shadow of a doubt. Because remember, that's the only way that you're supposed to be able to be prosecuted. They have to prove without no doubt you did this. Okay? Okay, yeah, he's on, he's still on YouTube, and he's on Patreon. What do you got here? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so yep, you're right. So if you do this, you are putting yourself, like you said, in a scenario where you will not, you basically, if I understand it correctly, you can't then go and try to sue them later on the same thing. So you do want to kind of be careful in how you move. So yes, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. And public and private do not mix. Yeah, do not mix them as well. I said nitrate's gonna be. Yeah, okay, so but in like celery or whatever else, it's minute, and I believe it's a different form of it, and it's good. What happens with the nitrates in like bacon is at high heat, they turn into something that it makes it more carcinogenic. So that's because there's higher amounts, and the heating process does something to it. What's the best Black Laws dictionary to get? Well, that might be relative for different reasons. I have 1, 4, 5, and 11, although I think my number 5 is being borrowed by somebody. Dan. But I do have a digital copy. So I like the first one because it shows me where the original words came from, and they didn't hide a lot of their definitions. They didn't try to mask it like what they do with the newest one. However, not all of the words that they use are in the first one. So I try to jump into the middle and get the 4th and 5th one. Some people swear by 4, 5, and 6. So I tell people, if you're going to go to court, it's good to have the 11th one, which is the newest one, which I have right over here. because we all know that they do dirty tricks. And if they're very versed in black laws, which is usually why the judge got to become, well, the lawyer got to become a magistrate or an honorary judge. Honorary means not official, but honorary. But they're legit in their sandbox. So if you were going up against me and you brought out a book and I know the definition of that is not in the 11th, and it's my courtroom anyway, I don't have to listen to you. I would just shut you down by saying, well, it sounds like you're getting your old information from what? Black Laws number 5. Oh yeah, we don't use that anymore. That's outdated information. Now, is that true? No. But can they do that? Yeah. And then how are you going to argue to somebody who gets to control what information he's going to utilize? So I do recommend the most recent one, but it does not hurt to be apprised of, a couple of them. If you got the money, I would say get it. But I wouldn't spend, I don't even know, they're about $100 a piece. Some of them have been more than that, but yeah, I wouldn't spend $1,000 on all of the black laws unless you're really going to get into this stuff. But that's up to you. Love your Wakanda necklace. Where did you get that? A lot of stuff, Amazon. I just type in Wakanda necklace, and there's a couple of different versions, but this was the one with the actual like metal pieces. A lot of them are either plastic or cheesy and don't do it justice, but yeah. Let's see here. Is Bouvier's better than Black Laws? You know what? I've rarely used the Bouvier's, though I do have it, so I cannot tell you if it's necessarily better. That might be by preference. I would say get both. I'm never limited to one book. I have no loyalties to any of that kind of stuff. I'm just like, I'll go over here and use this book. It don't matter to me. So where are we at? We are at 2 hours. All right. So we'll run this out for about maybe another half hour, and then we'll call it. I will just try to do at least, 1 or 2 of these a month and get back into the swing of things. Somebody says, what about Valentine's? I've never even heard of that one. So there you guys go. So there's a new sheriff in town. So yeah, check that out. I'll have to look at that one too. I've been been thinking about trying to get in touch with Brian A. Garner, who is the head editor of Black Laws Dictionary and where did I just put those other books? Where are they? Hold on one sec. Okay, there's one. Okay, so Brian A. Garner is also responsible for such books as this one called The Red Book, a manual on legal style. So this is the one right here. I made a video on this where you can learn the quantum grammar of how they are supposed to put tickets together, what their words mean, and if a ticket, letter, or whatever else is not done properly, a motion, okay, for court, if they're not written up properly, do you guys know that can cause them to lose the case against you? It's all in here. They have specific formats that they have to follow, specific fonts, specifics, everything. I've been reading through this lightly. And like I said, they also have their dictionary in here and what their words mean. Okay. So I picked up this one also on Amazon for a couple of bucks because it's an older one. I don't even know what year this one. But yeah, this is put together. Where's the date? Oh, whatever. By Brian A. Garner with Jeff Newman and Tiger Jackson. That is a wow name. Yeah, I don't see the date. Whatever. But yeah, so It's about grammar, word choice, formatting, punctuation, spelling, editing, and much more. These are the rules that are illustrated for legal context, legal contracts, motions, opinion letters, demand letters, pleadings, appellate briefs, all of that. So you want to be able to take them apart at the seams. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's see what we got here. What's the move for Halloween, Wolf? Well, probably to howl at the moon and do some wild stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Well, maybe both. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Probably, maybe we'll all put on our masks and do another live on Halloween. Well, most of them are probably going to be out. So either the day before or the day after, maybe we'll do like some fun for that. Let's see, Bass or Dr. Bass, Q. How about Q? Wolf, would you think, as an opinion, can I, an American foreign national, purchase an arm for self-protection? Yeah, people have done that. With their passport book or card. Just from my experience, at the time when I did mine, I checked off that I had renounced my citizenship, which I had done that. But as I was able to understand from somebody more versed in that particular area than me, that you are not supposed to check off that you have renounced, because in fact, unless you've gone before a court and paid $2,500 in front of a judge or justice or public officer, you have not done that. And so if you do check that off, you will probably be denied. So yeah, you can do that. Yeah. If you're potentially insinuating some potential hiccups from the past that might hinder that, that would be a private consults to address certain things to see where you're at. Okay. Because, some things are better than others. Some things are worse than others. Okay. Educational information only, that might be a thing. You still have to follow all of that court grammar if you are pro se. I don't like pro se because from what I was educated on is that they want you to use pro se because it means that you are trained in their words and under their jurisdiction, though you are. So I don't really like that. Some people go pro per, means that you are in your person and in their jurisdiction to do this. I was always told, and when I did my things, I went by sui juris. Okay. But if you want to use that, it's fine. The only difference, I think, is that they want you to use their terminology so that they can have a little bit more jurisdiction on you. So, yeah. California House, just learned we are here. Oh, you just learned about me? Okay, what's going on, Melissa? Also a shout to the Jump Out girls. I also learned that there's a group of girls out there called the Boot Girls. They've been out there removing boots for people on the low for cheap. Oh my God, that is awesome. That is awesome. Y'all wild. Y'all are wild. Y'all taking back America, huh? You're like, yeah, skip all that. And actually, if you really think about that, what they're doing is, well, let me ponder that because, okay, the private people and the cops, if they don't have a warrant for your person or your vehicle, then they're denying you of your constitutional right. Now, they're arguing that the sign before you go in there says that you may be booted. Okay, but you still don't have the right to steal my property. Send me a bill. But you can't steal my property. Even the courts trying to take your house or whatever else have to go through the court system to get your property. And even though that's, well, denying you of your rights and something you should probably take up in federal court, But yeah. And yes, retired, yes. I believe there's a difference between your person being represented and yourself being presented, because we are always supposed to be in the present. There's some wordplay there, but well played. You caught that. Nice. Or you know that. That's awesome. Yeah. Some of these things are what I'm going to teach in my in the seminars on courts, everything that I know. I'm not going to say that that's going to be everything that there is, but I'm going to teach you guys what I know. And then you'll see why the judge asked if I was a lawyer and asked me if I would join their side, and said, all I know is we would love to have you on our side, Mr. Lovett. I've never seen anybody beat by prosecutor in 25 years in the hallway. So I might know a little something. Nefertiti, James, I know you beat this to death, but I just authenticated my birth certificate and was going to send it to federal level and get an amnesty. Well, like whatchamacallit said earlier, you can also get it exemplified. Okay, so Google search, how do I exemplify or get exemplification for my birth certificate? And remember, you only need to really do your authentication on one level. So if the state does it, you're good. You don't need to do it again. If you choose to, you can, but you don't have to. Now, places like California, New York, and a couple others, they do not authenticate on the state level. New York will do it on the county level, but they do not like to do it. It's like pulling teeth. They will ignore you. California, same thing. They have to all do it on the county level, but they don't really want to. And the states definitely won't do it. So if that's the case, then you use DS 4194 and send it to the Fed state level. Affidavit of repudiation. Can you speak on that a little bit? I didn't do mine the way that most people do theirs. But a lot of people, when you do a repudiation, you're essentially rebutting their presumptions of you being a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. And some people will tie into that expatriate and repatriate, meaning you're leaving the U.S. corporation and you're re-entering the United States of America. At the end of the day, all of those affidavits, all they're really trying to say is the same things, is that you are a private person. But here's the problem where it can get confusing for us, you, and even them. The people that you're sending your affidavits to, the low-level functionaries who are going to read them or toss them or both, to them it sounds like Greek or ancient Latin, novus ordo seclorum, they don't speak that. What is that? We don't speak that. So what are you talking about? That is you. The people above them, they know exactly what it is, but they don't want to hear it. And they for dang sure aren't going to teach their secretaries and court clerks and whatever else the truth behind it. Because they have a think tank that has all the books and all the laws and how they use certain things. I only got to see the book one time years ago, and I won't mention how that all happened. But like I said before earlier, when it came to designating a legal entity in their books, it says that topography or the name, the word itself, needs to be conspicuous. Doesn't say it has to be italic or whatever. It says it needs to be obviously made to look different than things in lowercase lettering. Okay. So when you're doing your affidavits, if you're going to do them the proper way, or your affidavit of repudiation, make sure that you put, like for me, I would put in all lowercase lettering, James Charles of the House of Lovett, all lowercase lettering, and the legal person is all case, and I would use their information. There is a legal and distinct difference between a legal person and a natural person. I made videos on this. The law recognizes that those are two separate things. They cannot be one and the same. They cannot force you into being a dead entity or a legal person. Legal persons don't even have the same rights. They have similar rights, not the same. Okay. Daniel says USA has 340 million plus dead entity vessels, office of fictitious legal persons, slave ship corporations, 40,000 national CPRs are all lost at the sea of persons. Yeah, well said. You get it. You get it. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. And then now take that to the next level, though, and look at it as the whole planet, and that the Earth is, in fact, a vessel traveling through the murky waters of space-time, and that every place on the planet, which is a vessel, contains all of these corporations worldwide. Yes, yes. But yeah, well said. I tip my hat to thee. Bouvier is a very reliable source and at times more accurate than blacks. Okay. I will crack open my Bouviers more often. I have not made a video on Bouviers, so I will do that. Of course, there's a couple of books I haven't gotten to either. I'm trying to get to all of them. That's why I had to create more channels, because if I talked about every subject I have here, I think most of you guys would be bored to tears. So I don't do that. That's why I started other channels. So if you guys like those other channels, you know, you can see them on, you can just type in James Lovett, YouTube, whatever, and my other channels will pop up, or should pop up now. The main one that I'm going to be on, other than this one, will be the Badwolf Media, because then I can talk about things we see in the news, things that are just crazy to me that I talk about with my friends. I'm like, how did they let this happen? What is that? So instead of putting that on here, you're going to see me on both of those channels. And actually, I'm going to try to get to all the channels. But the other smaller ones, you know, that will be rarely. So you'll see me building out Badwolf Media channel, because then it's also a backup channel in case they want to mess with me on this one again. So we have to be good on this one. All right. I'm not sure I'm not sure. It's always like boobies. Leave me alone. What do you know about canceling all of contracts from the Vatican? I'm not sure what's going on there exactly, Melissa, but whoever is messing with her boobies, please leave them alone. Or are you talking about the senator, or senator? No, the alderman or senator, the lady who got caught getting fondled in the movie theater, and then she was doing inappropriate things in front of viewers, including minors, with his lower part of her guy's anatomy, even though she's still married, that person. Anyway, whatever. What do you know about canceling all contracts from the Vatican? I would send a letter to the Vatican and send them a revocation of signature, revocation of all birth records that they may have on you, and inform them that it's fact if you do not hear back from them in 30 days to prove their claim by acquiescence, and call it a day. And yes, I have sent them, you know, letters, we'll just say. They don't tend to respond. Tell us how. Joel, I'm not sure. Oh, unless you're talking about with Melissa. Yeah, Melissa, if you know how to do it a different way, yeah, let me know. You just say it. I'll put it on the screen. There you go. Yeah. I talked about this lightly, that one thing that's nice about the Department of State and using their DS 4194 is that they will either authenticate or apostille or apostle basically whatever document you want. Guys, I tried to be nonchalant about that in the video, but if you create something that you want to stick, send it to the government and have them either authenticate it or bring it into their jurisdiction through the apostille and let somebody else try to rebut it. Okay, yep, there you go, yep. I was adopted and have 2 certificate of live birth. How does that affect anything? Well, if there's a CUSIP number on there, that means they've got 2 different securities that they're making money off of you with. If there's no red CUSIP number like that on there, then in fact, you can actually operate with either one of them. Now, obviously, don't use it for nefarious purposes, but if your name is different on both of them, well, then you've got 2 entities that you can operate or operate as. All of those boats afloat without captains, which the government must shepherd. Well, indeed, yes, they are the captains. They are looking out for our well-being. If we are, well, just even in the private, they're supposed to be protecting us. So no matter which way you go, unless you do like one of my friends out there, and you, how should I say this? You renounce all of that, create your own nation, file it with the government, and then you're out of all of their jurisdictions. She was literally told, the guy goes, and I can't say too much personal information because it's not all, not all mine to share, because they're extremely private. But the guy goes, I don't know what you did, but there's nothing we can do because you are completely private. And she was told, if you're having problems with the states and you've created your own government and you have your own judges, have them issue an order to the state. People are doing a lot of things in the private, my good people, and more to come. Once some of these things I'm at liberty to discuss in depth, then I will bring it to you guys. But you guys are getting a good chunk of what we can discuss, or I can at least. You love you UCCing just now. My Melissa is receiving a TDA. Outside of that, I've already a Fidelity account. How can I best handle this? Next steps, if you please. Well, Melissa, the steps are really up to you. There's no, you have to do all of these things to become free or private. It's, if you want that, then merely create it like you're doing. You got a TDA, you can move your money in there. You can put some in Fidelity. You can create a private trust, put your house into it, your car, your bank accounts, all of that. And that's really it. You don't really have to do like a ton of all these other things. The things I've been showing you guys are things that I've done that if you want that particular freedom or benefit, then you utilize it. But there's no, don't let these people fool you. Oh, you have to do all 20 things on my list and take my program in order to, no, you don't have to do that. No, you move how you want to move, or not at all. Are you going to an alternative history channel? I don't know if I would necessarily call it that, but yes, I will be talking about the things I've learned that actually occurred and that are actually in some of these ancient books and scrolls and manuscripts that I've gotten my hands on, than what they print in the books or the things that they've conveniently left out because they, but you have to understand that when you talk about certain things, it always should be under the venue of education. And the things that I talk about will be way more controversial than things on this channel. So to not jeopardize this one, I don't want to put all of those things on this particular channel. So that's why I said, if you want to hear me talk on other things, then definitely subscribe to the Badwolf Media channel. That will be my #1 backup channel. And then anything specific, I will put on the other channels and help grow them. But I'm gonna talk about a lot of stuff, anything and everything on the Badwolf Media channel, because that one I can use to talk about news and whatever else. And it that way, if they do not like something, like what happened to this channel when I first started talking about it, like they were like, yeah, no, and whole channel goes, soup. Okay, so I don't want to mess with this. All right. I mean, I have fun with this one, but I also, like I said, I don't want to mess with it on that level. Can I sell my property to my given name and not registered? Oh yeah, that's exactly what I mean, let me say it to you this way. Due to the fact that I've already seen things like this happen, it would be wise for you to create a truly private version of your given name. Like, for instance, I don't use Lovett, I might use Lovitica, okay? But you do not want to have anything that resembles your mother given name that has been transmuted to look exactly like your legal name, because what they're going to do, and one of my friends can vouch for this, is they're going to sweep that underneath and into your legal person and still have jurisdiction. So, but if you want to do it in your given name, such as, say, James Charles of the House of Lovett or the Lovett Nation House Trust or something like that, yeah, you could do something like that. To me, it's still just a little close, even though legally they don't officially recognize the full spelled out middle name with your name. That's why they always ask you just for a middle initial, typically. I would just distance it. I don't care if you want to use it, call it Blue 7 Black 1 203 Property Trust. They don't have that registered, and you don't need to register it for your private trust. That's the whole premise behind private. So yeah, that's what I did with mine. I made a video on that, as a matter of fact, because once you create a private trust, well, guess what? Then you go down to the property tax assessor's office and update them with that information in education purposes only. But you might find that they might remove your house from the property tax rolls. Each property tax assessor has a what's known as a property tax exemption form. And on that form, they're going to tell you what all types of trusts and entities that are tax exempt. So go and get that property tax exemption form before creating anything and reverse engineer that if that's what you want to do. You don't have to, just education. All right, moving right along, like the Muppets say, moving right along. Yes, when you know and exercise this knowledge correctly, it is 100% effective. Yeah, because they have to, it's your rights and your liberties and your freedoms. They have to give you remedy out. In one of the consultations I did today, one of the ladies was having problems at an embassy. And she goes, Wolf, they fought me every way on doing everything you said. I said, and I cut her off. I said, but did they stop you? She goes, no, they didn't. She goes, but why did they fight? If they're supposed to be, if the federal government and whatever it's supposed to be for Americans, they're American, why are they fighting? I said, that's a very good question that I think nobody's ever really directly asked me. And I said, let me put it to you in a way that you can understand. If you start off in heaven and you, of your own free will and accord, leave and adopt a new name, you walk across the line from heaven to hell, they're going to let you walk out. It's your choice. What is hell going to do? Hell's going to let you walk in also unchallenged, right? Come on in, more the merrier. Make a seat. Whee! Wham! Now, what are they going to do when you try to leave hell? They're going to fight you tooth and nail because you're product. And if you're strong enough to get to a neutral spot as a neutral, non-belligerent, non-combatant, and you want to get back into heaven where you had your freedoms, rights, and liberties, isn't heaven going to make you wait a little bit, work for it to regain that trust, that ability that you had, that love and all that? Yeah, of course. If somebody cheats on you or whatever else and you forgive them, aren't you going to, square up some things, make sure that this better not happen? Yes. So I told her, as an American and as a patriot, it is your duty to fight for your rights and to hold on to them like the forefathers. That's what they're doing to us. It's not that they don't want us to have it. They're not stopping us because they know it's true, but they want you to fight so that taste is in your mouth of defeat. But then you crave the taste of freedom. But so you have to know what's going on. You have to understand their perspectives or perceptions on things. Aha, my cousin, everybody, this is my cousin. If you didn't already know, A6, or it's over here. Bang. He is also on YouTube. Support this man on his channel. Let's get his numbers up as well. And he does a YouTube live on every Sunday, usually around, it's like 8 o'clock my time. I think it's 9 p.m. his time, which is what, Eastern? I think it's Eastern. So, but nonetheless, check him out, A6 Grind Time on YouTube. He's got lots of good information. He walks the walk and talks the talk, just like we all do. He's been through it. He's going through it. We're going through it. You know what I mean? So once again, he's also another person fighting for our rights and freedoms. All right. So support him over there. And, tell him the Badwolf sent you. All right. He'll send a little nod to you. And thank you, Six, for checking in, brother. I know usually you're busy on is it Mondays or Tuesdays, so thank you for taking the time. Appreciate you. Is there a link for the Badwolf Media channel? You should just be able to go to YouTube and type in Badwolf Media channel or Badwolf Media, and it should pop up. Let me just double check real quick. Make sure they didn't take my stuff down. Don't even know. Double check YouTube. Just do a search. Well, it shows me that I'm live right now, so that's good, at least on this channel. Badwolf Altogether Media channel. Let's see what pops up. Yep. Actually, it's the Badwolf Media channel, but yes, it's on there. So yeah, all you got to do is YouTube search it. I don't think I have a link on that one yet. Let me type in the @ symbol Badwolf Media. Okay. Oh, you know what it is? It's the @ symbol James C Lovett BMC, Badwolf channel. Okay, so you can find it that way as well. All right, so yes. Add A6 Grind Time and then also the Badwolf Media channel on YouTube. Appreciate you guys in advance. Corrupted, been subscribed, looking forward to put stuff. Yeah, I only have a couple videos on there now that I think I'm over 2,000 subscribers. I'm gonna get on there. That was my promise, is that if you guys got me over 2,000 on that one, I would jump on there. So I can't wait to talk about all the stuff, man. I got so much stuff that I can't put on this channel or that I'm hesitant to say because I don't want this one getting messed up. So the Badwolf channel's over there like, really? But yeah, we're gonna go in a little bit more on that channel. That one's gonna be the non-professional. We're gonna get people. We're gonna go in. We're gonna talk some talk on that channel over there. Like this is the business professional, and the other one's gonna be like, yeah, what's up, dog? Yeah, let's get into it. All right, so I can let my hair down on that one versus over here. Yeah, Mr. Q over there. What's cracking, A6? You see M6, if you're still on, saying what up, what it does, cuz. Heather asks, it's my understanding that the Masonic Freemasons have a true Bible that is not in circulation. Is that true? Well, let's take a look. Oh. So this is, in fact, the Bible that she is referring to. You can see the symbol. All right. Either you have to be one or know one, or if you go online, you can actually order one. What I will say from having read through some of this is that there's definitely more information in the front. Here is where you can put your family's events, your genealogy, your children, your birth records. This is how they used to, how they used to do it for marriages and your birth records right here in the beginning of the Bible. This one's called the Red Letter Edition. And it does have more pictorial pronunciations, translations, authorized or King James Version. So I guess they do expound upon things a little bit more in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's got questions and answers in here. I haven't even seen that. So definitely more pictures and things of that nature. There's some mystery with this symbol here. Some people say this represents the brain and a point of touching between the two hemispheres. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's not in circulation. You just have to go out and get it. I mean, as far as I know, all they did was bought it from a special place online that sells them, but it's not like you can't order one if you want to get one and see for yourself. So yes, but no. I mean, it's like most things. The cost of it, I don't know. Yeah. Holy, well spoken. Well said, Wolf. Well said. Thank you, guys. Get your unrevocable trust in place. Register, mail it back to your home address. Then use registered mail number on it to put it on your county recorder. Yes. Those registered mail numbers, guys, you guys can use them for a lot of things. What's up, Mr. Speed? How are you doing, brother? You did call me. I have not forgot. I still have your voicemail up there. I've been very, very busy. I had like 5 roof leaks when we had that major storm come through. My basement leaked. It went into the wolf den, unfortunately. Kind of messed up one of my walls. So then I had to have them suck out all the insulation and do a water liner and foam spray the whole thing. Then my vehicle took, well, it didn't take it, the harmonic balancer was messed up in it. So that was $2,000 right there. I've been busy, but I will get to you probably Thursday or Friday sometime. If not, call me like midday and we will square up all the rest of the informations. Better start putting your automobiles in trust. Matter of fact, Mike, and it's good to see you. I feel like it's been a while. When I bought my vehicle, the most recent one, it's used, but it's new to me. I titled it right away in the name of the trust. I had, oh yeah. I, the straw man, paid for it, and I said, I'm buying it. I'm going to pay for it, but it's going to be titled in the name of the trust. They did it right away. I put it right in there. So I don't own that vehicle. I don't even own this house. I don't own almost nothing anymore. In about another month and a half, I won't own anything. Not my bank accounts, nothing. So, yeah, put your stuff in a trust. That is a must. Private trust. Oh man, I got problems. I when I make myself laugh, that's so funny. All right, so what do we got here? what is it? The Badwolf prime time. Well, yeah. I guess you could say that, Russell. We're on the Badwolf prime time. Maybe I should make that the name of my other channel. Oh, what's going on, Frog Dog? Yeah, I'm seeing some of the old school names in here. People have been with me since day one, but I also appreciate all the new people who've come and found my channel as well. So thank you for that. Own nothing but control everything. Yes. As I told one of my consultation people today, everything that the wealthy and the government and the states are doing, we should be emulating for ourselves. This is the one thing that they don't want us to do, is because just like you just said, Charles, so mote this be, they want you to own nothing and be happy. They want to take away your land. They want to take away all that stuff and hold it in their trust. So everything that they're doing, we should be doing. You've always heard about people who are trust fund babies. Okay. Did you know there's such a thing as a cash, what is it? A cash value insurance policy where you can put your money into it and then you can loan from yourself and it's tax exempt. Come on, man. Yeah. Y'all better be getting them likes up. Let me grab this water real quick. Trying to put y'all on game. I've been living this way. I've been moving this way, and the things I don't have done is only because I've been trying to learn more and not paying attention. But yeah. Or what about when you drive by a golf course and you see the word private on there? Do you know most likely they're not paying taxes? Do you know that they have their own security? So why wouldn't you want to create a tax exempt entity and put your house into it? I mean, even if you don't want to do right to travel, that's fine. I get it. So it's a little daunting at times. It can be a little overwhelming, but cool. But what about your house? What about your bank accounts? Wealthy, in fact, yes, they do move all in trust. You think, what is Sam Walton, who owns Walmart? You think he's got a regular bank account? You don't think he's got generation skipping wealth trust set up? Haven't you guys always wondered why the rich people get away with so much stuff and they don't pay nearly any, if any, taxes at all? Because their stuff is in trust. You've been hearing about this. You've been seeing it. And what does the military do? The military compartmentalizes. So when people ask me, should I put everything in one trust? Hell no. Because if you ever expose it, bam, your whole ship is sunk. You sunk my battleship. No. Create, Lovitica Auto Trust 1.0, Lovitica House Trust 2.0. Whatever you want to do it, use a private name, create a private trust, put your different stuff in different trusts. Keep it moving. Keep it moving and grooving. But what they want you to do is own nothing but rent. They want you to rent. Why do you think these out-of-state, out-of-country, wealthy business people are buying up houses as much as they can? Because then you'll have nowhere to live but in one of their houses. What are their whatevers? And you got to rent from them. Then you can't put that in a trust. Then that eliminates. See, sometimes what I do is it was funny because one troll out there called me, oh, well, I think you're controlled opposition. Oh, no, they don't. Most of them don't care for me. The ones who do care for me in the government are like, hey, we love what you're doing. We can't talk about it or tell you to do what you're doing, but keep doing what you're doing. So you have to understand that if you are renting everything, you don't own anything, and then they own it. And then what will happen in the future is that so many people get used to not owning anything, and they'll make it. Sorry, I'm looking at my security camera. Big butt rat just ran across my yard. Still sitting there. Gonna have to put out some more traps and poison, apparently. I just don't like them. They chew up in holes and everything. But yeah, they want you in a position where they control all of it for you. And guess who they are? Wealthy people. Why do you think Bill Gates, or excuse me, we'll call him Gil Bates, wants to buy up all the farmland and whatever else so they can control the food, control where you live. What's your opinion on QAnon, Badwolf? I was into that, studying them and all the ins and outs. I'll be honest, I really don't get into that publicly. It doesn't pay for any, they don't do anything for me per se. I've seen them flip-flop, and some people are like, oh, let's control opposition as well, this and that. The wolf does the wolf, and I take care of you guys. So I put you guys on the path for the knowledge you guys need to have. The political events, to me, are entertainment nonetheless. You talk about red and blue pill, all I see is two heads of the same snake. That's more of my buddy Dan Grafe's avenue. So I'll let him plug me in on the information because he's all in there like swimwear. But I don't worry about those things, man. Or, like I said, privately, yeah, if we're talking over a drink or something, yeah, I'd like, this, that, or whatever. That's what I think. On here, meh. And in general, meh, unless somebody brings it up, but Gil Bates, yes. Yeah, well, about that. So that's exactly how I feel on that. Caleb says, woof, woof, woo, woo, woo. Yes. Charles says, it is good drama. Other side says, Wolf needs a moat and a long driveway. That would be awesome. And some cannons and armada, some foot soldiers, and maybe you know what? Maybe I'll just run for the presidency. How about that? Would you guys vote for me? Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get to all of these questions. There is a lot. I'm trying to get to all of them, like I always try to do. SK says, if you look at Forbes list, most of them are trusts. Oh yeah, because what? Why do you think these corporations don't? We the people pay more money in taxes than these corporations. Why? Trusts. Because the wealthy people know the secrets of trust, excuse me, and how powerful they are. And so they move in them. Why can't we? Yes, yes. Trust within trust. Yes, I was actually going to make a video about the fact that education, if our straw man is in fact a business trust, what would happen if we put the straw man in a trust? I don't know, but that is something my brain ponders. Lance says, what's your favorite legal maxim? You know what, off the top, I don't have many of those. I have to look them up and refresh myself. I don't have any of those. Sorry. I'm watching the rat, or a different rat, next door. Our city has a huge rat problem, and rats drive me insane. I don't mind them as a pet, but not the free wild ones that want to gnaw through everything. And one of my police officer family members, they're not still family, but no longer police officer. They were saying that, yeah, we have a huge rat problem in our city going on right now. So I don't even know if putting poison out is even going to be worth anything. I do put out food, which probably helps to contribute to them for the cats in the area, which do seem to take care of the rats. But then the rats go after the food, and whatever. I don't know. It's the nature thing. Winter will be here soon, and that should take care of hopefully most of them. I don't know. We'll see. Charles drives my ride. Ha. Other side, yes. Oh, this is a good one. SK says, are you the beneficiary or are you always a trustee? When you have the birth certificate or your birth document, that is your proof that you are in fact the beneficiary. Which is one of the reasons why when we authenticate it, it moves it out of their jurisdiction. But one of the key things that you need to know is that they put us in a co-trustee, co-beneficiary status. So I will give you guys more about that when you guys watch the seminars on court that are coming up soon. You guys will learn all the good stuff. Charles says, good info, James. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you, brother. My brother from another mother. I was intrigued when I discovered an irrevocable trust is foreign to the U.S. Yes, yes, yes. That's why it's tax exempt. Anything you put in an irrevocable, there's other ways you can do this. You can create a nation, you can create a faith-based organization, et cetera, et cetera. But yes, in fact, you are correct. That is fact. SK says, Wolf for president. You know what? When I was growing up, I did want to be president, and not because just he's powerful, but because I wanted to implement this information. The problem is I would never be able to get enough votes, though I know you guys would vote for me, and I appreciate you. And I would probably find myself in the similar problems that Trump has, because they only want you to move a certain way. And from my understanding and my perspective, entertainment, the president is in fact not the most powerful man in the world. There are people I don't know personally. I don't know their names, nor do I want to know. But they're the ones who pull the strings above him. Now, these might be some states, these might be countries, might be some billionaires, whatever. But I would believe that there are people, a consortium of individuals who are private. That's the part that gets me, though. They put out this public secondhand status out here for us to have, but they themselves are private. That's the only way to travel. There's no way the people who are on top running things are public. There's no way. No way. And for those people who don't believe the Illuminati is a real thing, well, I did a video with a guy who's a good friend of mine who's former Illuminati, right from Italy, Leo Zagami. I know another person too who I met through this channel who's in it. I'm not going to mention his name, but he is a good friend of mine. Though he told me he was going to be calling me, because most of these people up there, they don't have cell phones. So they call you, you don't call them. Okay. These are real things. A lot of people ask me, well, why did you join these fraternities? They're all bad. No, they're not all bad. Some of them are bad, specifically. Sometimes there's bad people in them. I joined them to learn what's really going on and to be doing what I'm doing now. Most of them have no problem with the information I'm sharing whatsoever. Some of them that I'm not affiliated with directly, they may not care for some of it, but if they say anything about it, especially here, then that gives credence to what I'm doing. So most of them kind of look at me as like Fox Mulder on X-Files. Let the baby have the bottle. We're not worried about it. We've got bigger agendas. And, if they come out of the woodwork to say, oh, hey, you can't say that, or that's not, then it proves what I'm saying. So like I said, I did have the guy in the Illuminati. His name is Leo Zagami. I highly recommend you guys. He's very entertaining. He's got books on this. I vetted his information. I actually contacted some Masonic people and some other people to vet him, and it's true. He's exactly who he says he is. So what do we got here? Foreign grantor trust shelled under shells out of the country. Yep, that is another way to do it. Yes, yes. With excise taxes. Gabriel, thank you for the $4.99. Great job, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, everybody. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up in probably the next 10 minutes. We are at my normal, well, usually it's 2 to 3 hours, but you guys keep bringing the questions, so I appreciate it. 25, are they? You know what? Did you get the rats that I wanted? The ill-tempered ones? Yes, they're ill-tempered rats. I see what you did there. I love it. That's awesome. You got my humor as well. Get a cat, Badwolf, get them rats. Hey, I've never seen them. I knew there was one. Yeah, we had some field mice because I live on the edge of a field, for those of you guys never watched my outside videos. So I'm used to field mice. They don't really bother too much. They scamper. These MF and rats, this cat, the dang thing walked up to me like he was a hood G, walked through my legs like I was a punk, and went under my deck. I was like, if I would have had a shovel, I would have, we'd have went to war. They are, man, I have never seen, I'm not from New York, so those people out in New York, they tell me that they're worse than that. But yeah, I might have to get what are they, rat terrier? I think those are the ones they trained or bred to kill rats, or have an army of cats. Does anybody know a cat lady? Tell them to throw me like 5 of them, because I'm watching all my security cameras and I'm looking at the neighbor next door, and there's one in his yard. I got mine. Maybe I should just name him. I don't know. What? Oh, I just don't like it. As long as they're not in my house, really, ultimately, they can live out there under the deck, whatever. Ah. Taxes don't fund the deep state. Why pay to a British power? There you go. Well, hey, all that money goes all kind of places, but not a whole lot of it makes it to where it should be going. How are nationals making money? Well, nationals should be making lawful money in the private, person to person, doing trades with lawful money. But unfortunately, most of them, myself included, so I'm not going to say I'm above all that because I keep a G here with you guys, we're being paid in legal tender, unfortunately. And then some of us are then putting that into a private account, a trust bank account, or converting it over into lawful money, or, as I made in my other video, and I'm going to make an updated video or another one, converting that into, or getting your checks endorsed properly so that you can be compensated in lawful money. And that is not quite, well, this part is hearsay. But some of the viewers who did what I told them to do, they told me that they were then compensated in nearly double in lawful money after endorsing their checks properly and getting it converted. So look up how to get lawful money, from the Treasury, and how to endorse it. But like I said, I'm gonna make another video. I already made a video on it, but I just felt like making another one. And there you go. How do I know if they have my birth certificate? I wasn't born in the U.S. Well, if you weren't born in the U.S., but you're a U.S. citizen, then you should have a born abroad certificate, which does not need to be authenticated. It's already done properly. If you came here and you were naturalized, then you wouldn't use your home country's one as a foreign national. You would use your naturalization certificate for everything that you have, including your passport, and you don't need to do anything with that either. Try the bucket trap. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, I forgot the guy's name, but I used to watch his channel all the time where he traps all these rats, and rats are smart. Mice you can get pretty easy. The rats I can do it, but the problem with that is because I like squirrels. I know it's weird. I just like squirrels. And the dang squirrels are the ones I find in my buckets all the time. So I guess what I'd have to do is do the bucket trap at night and then get up before the squirrels can get it, because they go get in everything. They're in my grill. They're on my everywhere. They're just everywhere. But yeah, it's a good idea. I might have to put out a night trap for them. Hopefully I don't catch the neighbor cat, because he's kind of cool. Oh yeah. Yeah, Kai. Yeah. Yeah, Kai's channel. Yeah, they would definitely rig that. They thought they had, and I don't care if you're for Trump or not, or red or blue. I don't really care. None of that stuff means anything to me. I don't even think about it until you guys literally make a mention of it. My day as a private person has none of that. Other than my guy Dan G, he's about the only person that I will listen to when he talks about it. Anybody else brings it up, I'm like, bro, man, GTFO, man, get the. I don't even want to hear that stuff. Dan, I know, does a lot of research, so I'll listen to him. But in general, but yeah, they would totally rig it against me. You know that, because like I said, they didn't expect him to even win. They were so sure America, and I think America is ready for a female president. It doesn't bother me. I can't vote anyway, because I've renounced. But you know, America's ready for a woman president. Why not? I was raised by a woman. She did a great job. I don't care. I only care about your qualifications and your competency to do the job right, and you know, run the country like Ronald Reagan or Bill Clinton, or whichever ones did the, you know, you consider to have done the best job. You know, but see, they pitted him against her because they were like, there's no way people are going to vote for him over her. And they were like, no, we know how she moves, so and no, we'll take our chances with him. So, but yeah, they would totally rig it against me. There's no way they would let me win that. I could probably win some local elections, you know, alderman, you know, whatever, work my way up, you know, but in general, yeah, no, they wouldn't let me in the White House. Mm. Yeah, you think they would drink that though? You know, I don't know if they would drink it. Rats are pretty smart. Yeah, they do say all roads lead to Rome in more ways than one. Vatican. Whoopsie. Well, any thoughts on everyday transactions being pawn contracts, and you are the pawner? Oh, yeah. Everything is in that, bro. It's all debt, contracts, maritime, pawn. Yeah, you name it. John, are you talking about the city of London that has that is considered to be separate than the country in which it is located? Well, why don't you in London get a freaking room? That is the one piece of the puzzle. I can find out information on the other municipalities. I can't find anything above them. Apparently, that's way above my pay grade, and I cannot find intrinsic information about London. But I got something in the works, so it's going to take a lot of my resources to do what I'm about to do. So we will see how that transpires. Stephanie says, thanks for the knowledge. Thank you, Stephanie, for attending. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up in about 3 or 4 minutes, guys. The Illuminati Trust. Oh, yeah. The Illuminati, don't get it misunderstood. They started off as being those who were enlightened scholars, and they were good. The problem was they got infiltrated, you know, same with a lot of groups, because of their power and their reach. And then they became what they are. I don't have any problems with them as far as I look at it. They're doing business. We need to know what is going on. That's a private thing. And so we need to learn how to operate properly. If we don't want their G to the M to the O foods, then stop buying it. Start growing your own stuff. Make your houses private. Get your own gardens. Put your stuff in trust. Be private. Keep it moving. Contact your, you say get tigers? Tigers, not house cats? Well, yeah, when the neighbor kids end up missing, I might have some more problems on my hands. Where are the kids at? I don't know. We keep finding shoes in old man Lovett's yard. Oh, man. Zena says, will you repeat what you said about the irrevocable trust? The irrevocable trust is, in fact, foreign to the United States. It's also tax exempt. It's also to be non-changeable. So once you create it, you cannot. So do not make your boyfriend, your girlfriend and your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and your boyfriend, or however y'all get down, the beneficiary if you're not sure you forever want them to be it. Now, education. We're going to talk about mishaps with the irrevocable trust. If your irrevocable trust happens to have gotten damaged in a fire and nobody else has a copy, well, then it looks like you might have to make a new irrevocable trust to replace the old one. Just saying, education only. Megan says left. Should have hood stomped that rat, bro. Out, man, dude. He came at me like the crazy crackhead with one eye like this, looking like Master Splinter from Ninja Turtles. Got his butt whooped, and he ran right up on me like. I was like, oh, he got balls. I'm not having him bite me, and I get rabies. And y'all see me doing the curly shuffle on the ground in the hospital or something crazy. I was like, nope, you seem like you have this under control. My bad. I didn't know that was your deck. So you just do what you do. Splinter. Right, my leg. Like, I punked out. I was like, no, you're not biting. I wasn't scared. If I had a shovel, I would have gave it to him. But I just didn't want him to bite me because see, when I was a kid, I had it was a big mouse or a small rat. I'm not sure. I went to do that one time. That thing grabbed my leg and went underneath my pants all the way up to my Mr. Snuffleupagus, we'll just say. And I was traumatized at that point in time. Nope, I'm not. And this thing that was outside, he was 80 kajillion times bigger than that one that I had the first time. Nope, I'm not getting clawed up. Nope. 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 That is for the alley cats that are out there. Nope. Now, if I go and buy a pellet gun and wait for I might north side, but no, man, you got to pick and choose your battles. I'm not having him run up on me, giving me West gonosyphila muncoritis or something that he's got. I ain't taking no chances, man. They barely got the Squirrel Master. Believe it or not, this is going to be weird. But yeah, I used to be able to feed squirrels right out of my hands when I was younger. I would feed them so much, they would climb right up on me and take it right out of my hands. So I'm the Squirrel Whisperer. And technically, you are the president of Lovitica. Yeah, that's true. Yep, I'm the president of Lovitica and the Lord of, well, technically, I'm the president of Lovitica National Government, and I am the Lord of Lovitica Nation. Let's see what else we got here. Lawful money is under 12 U.S.C. 411. There you go. Man, 250 points for the rats. That says, I watched all of your videos and definitely want to say thank you as much. Appreciation. Keep on doing what you're doing. Thing. If you've watched all my videos, that means you've watched nearly 1,000 videos. That is impressive. All right. Wow. All right. So Kai, email me and we'll chat. But that is awesome. That means you should, man, you should know things the way I know them because everything I know is out there. And I thank you guys as well. All right, guys, with that being said, I see you guys laughing out there. John, appreciate you. I think that is the record amount anybody's ever donated. So I appreciate you for the $49.99. All right, because that is going to go towards me buying some more books, though I've been trying to say I've got a book addiction, no more books until after Christmas, because I need to read what I have before I go on. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Rats ain't got no manners. SK says, thank you, Wolf. Charles says, can I be your treasurer of Levitica? We are working on something, Charles, where we're going to open it up to you guys, where you guys, certain people, if you guys want to, will be able to take positions in what we're doing. Okay. So just know that that's coming. And I will give you this aspect of it that I made a video on the fact that one of our key people, one of our movers in the private, created the county of La Khalifa, and we're going to need people to take certain positions. So you can look up that on the Fearless Floyd show on YouTube. I made a video on it. Once, let's just say things are happening right now that are super exciting for me, because if you guys didn't know, this particular person, she made me her equity judge. So all of this is recognized. It is fire. Fearless Floyd is also, he's the head judge of the county in which this county belongs to her. It is de jure. It is recognized by the Department of State. The governor of California actually heard some misinformation and called this particular person directly, and she set them straight, and they officially apologized for hearing misinformation. So it is wild what's going on. I thank all of you guys for helping me to get here, because without you guys, none of these things. I always try to stay humble. I sometimes forget to mention these things. Yeah, they're happening. It's real. I've got the paperwork. I'm waiting for the things to be mailed to me now. So my good fortune is only going to be good fortune that, like everything else, is going to come back to you guys, because I'm going to tell you guys what's going on, how you guys can join. I think she has her website up. So if you guys want to look at it as a soft opening, you can go and look up Calafia County. Actually, Lance just put the name of it right there. You can look that up on the internet and find all of that. Anything that she has up, then it's up for her to be able to share it. I don't want to share everything unless she already has it. I don't want her, coming down on me like a Mississippi rainstorm for saying something before she gets a chance to either say it or put it out there. Ha, we're behind them. There's lots of, Lance, you laughing at me about the rat, dude. It was a big rat, man. Cena says, did you get the red passport yet? I've inquired about that. I've asked anybody who has one to show me, send a picture, call me, message me. No one's been able to confirm the red one yet. I think, whatchamacallit before he died, talked about it, but no one's been able to prove that one, and their mouth is shut. So if anybody out there has the red passport, let me see it. I would love to put it on my channel and talk about some more. You are good people and glad to have found your channel. Thank you again. You know what? Thank you so much for that, guys. I wish I had, I could have you guys all in like a room or a stadium where we can just talk. I could put the name to a face and thank you guys, because you guys are helping me to do something that I never thought was possible in all reality. I mean, to me, I know this is going to sound stupid, but to me, it was being here was something that other people could do and get to. I'm not going to say that I didn't think I couldn't, but I really didn't think I could. I had so many people who were supposed to be my close friends and family who were like, you're not going to make it on YouTube. Nobody wants to hear that. And I used that as fuel to keep going. So thank you guys for proving all those people wrong. And thank you to people like Dan and JD, my ex Lisa, you know, my good friend Jenny, and certain other people, even, you know, were also my ex Jody. For all those people that kind of pushed me in to keep doing what I'm doing and to keep faith, you know, my guy Terrence, I mean, other people out there who support me, Brandon Joe Williams, Eternal Zion, UR Law, The Lighthouse, TJ, Sovereign Living. You know, I've heard all those people make mention of me. So thank you all. And if I haven't mentioned your name, I apologize. I don't have them all completely memorized. It's just the ones that I know, you know, whatever. And thank you guys for that. So Aaron says, I have the violet passport, but have not heard of the red one, Red Wings. Well, I have not. Well, I may have earned my red wings, but it's a whole nother subject. Yeah, I've heard about the red one. And what is the violet one? Email me about that and how you got it, what it's all about. Yeah, Eternal Zion, she's awesome. I hit her up. I don't know if she knew it was really me messaging her. But I try to say, hey, what's up and thank you. But she's so busy with all of her stuff now. She's doing a really good job. She shouts me out all the time. She's got like, I don't know, like something crazy, like 1 million viewers on her thing. So she's her own queen of the castle doing her thing. But she's even made mention that she got a lot of her or some of her information from me, and that helped her. Like I said, I don't do it necessarily to be famous. This has made me infamous. But it's because of you guys. So to me, my success is your success. So in whatever way you guys want to look at it, these are your accomplishments. I'm only providing you guys with stuff that you guys go, hey, I did it. I reviewed it. I vetted it. It's real. It worked. This is awesome. So just as I'm plugged in, I'm only one piece of the puzzle, and you guys are the other pieces. You know what I mean? So when we put all of this together, we can then see the bigger picture. So thank you to every one of you guys. And once again, you know, I'm just keeping it real. You know, thank you, Precious, Zena, Charles, SK, Corrupted, K's Channel, Capricorn 6954, Charles, Lance, Gasp, Speed Maverick, Body 25, Big John, Charles Squire, Zena. Special last shout out goes out to John Covert Jr. Thank you for the $49.99. Love that. Appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, you guys have really, even though it might only be a thumbs up or a share of a video or whatever, like that caters to me to be able to know that I'm doing something right. It's valuable. You guys are getting something from it. You've used it. I've heard people tell me these videos, my positivity, have helped some people not hurt themselves. People have gotten their families back. People are winning across the board. Thank you for using it. Thank you for helping to do this. And what I want you guys to do is to use this. And as I pass my torch to you guys, not to say you guys don't already have your own light, add my light to yours, which you guys have already done, and do your own YouTube channels. Go on Rumble, go on whatever, make your own websites. Let people find you guys as well. And even if your channel is bigger than mine or smaller, doesn't matter, you're adding the light to the fire that is the United States of America. So God bless America. God bless each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you. Wolf is out. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy, wise, awoke, and aware. And love yourselves, but take care of each other. And don't be Jedi mind tricked by the theatrics of the entertainment in all the ways, forms, and shapes that they present it from you. See past that, okay? And take care of yourselves once again, because your body's your temple, all right? And I'll talk to you guys later. Appreciate you guys. There's more good stuff coming. This is only the quiet before the storm, guys. We have a lot of good stuff coming, all right? So just hang with me. I'll get you there. All right. We got stuff. Just trust me on this one. All right. So good night, guys. I'm gonna go rest. Talk to you later. Peace and love to everybody.